the fuck?
I love this game so much, Connor.
What the fuck is that?
That is the beauty of the Borderlands, my brother in the vault.
My God.
So essentially, there are two separate ways to get these things that are phantom kill skills, which are kill skills that give you all of the benefit, but do not have a timer on them at all. Period. They're just active forever, right? One of them is a turret in one of the DLCs. It automatically respawns because it's part of a bar challenge. So as long as you kill it with very indirect damage using Maya and a skill called Backdraft, you get the kill skill and it's on permanently. I have one of my kill skills stacks my reload speed. I get an additional 50% reload speed for like 6 seconds normally, but I stacked that like 30 times.
Huh.
So it is legitimately faster to just pull the trigger and then reload, and at that point 2 to 3 shots have been fired, and then just do that forever. And that's not even the broken part of this.
I don't understand how that shit works, and I love it.
Yeah, the actual broken part of this is Maya has another skill called Kinetic Reflection, where you deflect bullets that are shot at you, and there's a shield in the game that does the same thing, but increases the damage by, like, at the highest end, 880%, at the lowest, like, 480. And since bullets always ricochet off of you, if you find a boss that has bullet reflection, it just bounces back and forth until one of you hit the grave.
Huh.
9 times out of 10 is them. It's great. I've been using it to kill Hyperius on OP8.
I need to mute the jockey music channel. I don't know why I haven't done this already. There we go.
But yeah, what you just saw with that on
music when you play, Matt?
No, the channel. So you don't get
Oh, the
notifications.
channel. Oh. God, I was just sorry. Yeah, mute jockey music. Why?
Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later. We're waiting on Des.
I suppose. Yep.
Let me open up Adventures with Idiots.
We're waiting on one person.
Oh, I wonder 5 and a 13.
At some point, I'll step out to go pick up my food when this buzzer buzzes. Other than that, well, technically, I wouldn't have to step out. My sister's standing there, but she's going to bring me said food.
Hey.
But I know she won't bring it upstairs because she's spiteful.
Are you surprised by this?
No.
I have not tested this. I'm going to see how this goes. Oh, Baba, also one more fun fact about that. If I die, it doesn't go away. Fuck, I just got in a car, didn't I? Damn it, I'm an idiot. I gotta go restack.
If you die, it doesn't go away. I got in the car. Fuck.
Yeah, it just occurred to me. I don't know why, but getting in a car is the only thing that turns this off.
No.
I'm gonna go stack.
Did
Time
I
to go
post
stack
the notes
godhood.
from last time? I don't remember if I did. Let me check. I did.
So for everyone who has not logged onto Destiny, they are doing an event for the 10th anniversary. And they released a new title, a new armor set. And it absolutely sucks fucking dick.
I mean, the game does already, so.
I was waiting for that.
Well, what game are you talking about?
What do you think?
As I can narrow it down pretty significantly, I play this video game.
Borderlands, huh?
Look, there's at least
Divine knockout players talking right now.
yeah.
He said it was a game that he plays.
There's our like eight or 7, I can't fucking remember, like steps to do. Like almost all of them are like somewhat easy to do. One pain in the ass, one is reaching just a car if you just haven't bothered to do it. The other one is you have to stay on Cosmodrome Skywatch, get kills, which isn't a bad thing. However, you also have to loot engrams from Skywatch, and you can't loot Grasp of Avarice. You can't journey too far out of Skywatch.
Mhm. Each
And
world drop engram is 7%.
it sucks ass unless you get a fucking exotic engram, but that's like,
Oh,
too much.
God forbid I
That's
can just
exactly
pull
what
one of the
already
14 from my
boring
season's
game
pass.
needed was more mindless grind for a title.
100,
Oh,
Yeah.
100%, dude.
that's
Man,
how
it
you
looks like
know
a-
the game.
That's how you
directors
know it's.
what they're
That's how you
doing.
know.
It's over.
And quite honestly, it's for the easiest title in the goddamn game too. Quite literally
Just
easiest
get the
title
armor,
you can
put
get.
it on, and
It
play
reminds me
playlist
of like
activity.
OG Wayfarer.
Yeah.
Y'all remember what you had to do for OG Wayfarer? You had to, like, you were fucking grinding swords again, right? You had to go to all the different locations just to hold X on some fucking environmental items.
Mm-hmm.
Funnily enough, I actually think that Wayfarer is harder than this, because for Wayfarer you actually had to load up 2 heroic missions to find certain things in them. With this, it's literally just 5 chests in New Tower in the same spot.
Yeah.
For that
Oh,
armor.
and
It's bad.
if you were to think gunsmith engrams would count as engrams, you can sadly be more incorrect if you fucking tried. I got more gunsmith engrams than I did normal engrams. I was like, oh, this is true hell on earth.
I wish the 100 people who logged into Destiny 2 today a very happy time.
Oh, thank you. I was one of them, and I was probably the only one.
As long as you're having fun.
Yeah, that's a
True.
fucking huge stretch.
Is that a
for a
stretch?
title called Legend, it's not fun.
Yeah.
I saw one video on it and I was like, wow, that's a grind not even I want to do.
Mm-mm.
Aw,
God,
shit.
that
Texas
says
did not get
everything
hit.
about it.
It really
Yeah.
does.
The only armor
How to
set
run
out
around
of like
Cosmos
all
from
3
getting
classes,
legendary engrams.
the only armor set of all 3 classes that looks somewhat remotely decent is the Titan armor set, and that's it. And like it
I don't like
it
the
is,
look.
and it is the
I
most
don't like
it
the
is the
look.
most bland. It is the most bland fucking armor set the Titans have ever gotten.
Ever gotten. Although I will say, Bungie did have one W in this event, which is after you unlock the armor from the chests, if you go to Rahul's stash, you just get the transmogs for free.
No, you get it from the terminal next to him.
But the point is you actually get the transmogs for free,
Yeah.
which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because
It's
I
like,
just wish it was a better time.
yeah, it's like, wow, an event where Bungie doesn't require you to sell your firstborn 3 times over. Holy shit.
This really is Bungie's first free event, and it shows.
it really does. It shows so bad. Ah.
Fall off.
Yeah.
1, 2,
But fuck Destiny. Let's get some rolling to some dice.
3, 4, 5.
True,
What do you
true,
got?
true.
Everybody here?
1 second. I gotta go grab
1,
some dice.
2, you've already exceeded the time limit.
Hey, you
Yeah.
notice
Well,
it's
go ahead and
crazy.
start. I'm gonna
wait,
go
wait,
grab my
wait, wait,
dice.
wait a minute, but there's
Whatever
digi dice. What do you need physical dice?
Because digidice have screwed me over.
That is, I swear to
You
God, that is
fucking-
legitimately part of the fun. That is part of
Yo.
the fucking fun.
Your physical
don't
dice will
build ca-
also fuck you.
They
You
will.
don't
They
build these
confirm.
characters
I can only
to
hear the sound
succeed
of
all
a
the time.
literal baby crying.
No, you would need to log on to Black Ops 6 beta
No, I hear
and
it
hear
right now,
everybody cry.
All right, so
Cool.
I believe
Well-
who's gonna take care of the recap, boys?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
It could be anybody, really.
Alright, let's vibe.
Could be anybody.
And it could
Oh
be
shit, who's the
anybody.
imposter?
I just
Turbos.
work
Previously!
here. Last time on DnD. But for cereals. Last our heroes met. You all successfully made it to the ancient dwarven stronghold of Brasval Doom. Upon finding it in the icy peaks of the Iron Spine Mountains, you all decided to delve inside, finding that the door was indeed open, and inside you found an ancient massacre. Bodies and corpses littering the floor of this once great place. Upon some exploration, you realize that you are not alone down here. There was indeed a blood stain leading down further into the stronghold. When from behind you, up the stairs that you came down, Varric arrives, warning you that you are being attacked from the rear by the mighty orc warlord Korg Gorguts.
Former.
What?
I said former because he's probably dead.
Gore
You don't know.
dead.
But upon going back up the stairs and being able to not only stall them using some uncouth tactics, causing an avalanche, causing a super avalanche via a highly explosive wagon, and actually being able to fix the door, you were able to stop the assaulting force from behind, but also sealed yourselves inside of the stronghold. Seeing no way out, you all decided to continue pressing forward, and eventually you decided to make your way down to the Old Bazaar. However, the Old Bazaar you could not get to, seeing as there were tunnels leading downwards. These tunnels leading downwards led into the sewers, where there was rank and who knows quite how filthy water. Where exploring some, you found that you are not alone in here, and there are indeed Skaven. After dispatching a Skaven rat ogre fairly quickly, you were pursued by some other rat folk and eventually proceeded to deal with them as well, eventually making your ways back into the grand entry hall where we find you all now. You guys took a long rest last time, so that way you guys can, mark that off. And you guys are currently in the entry hall. What are y'all up to?
Think
I
we,
am
think we
currently
caught a long
fucking
rest.
bitches get monies.
Yeah. Let
Yeah,
me
caught that long rest.
mark that. Let me cop that.
Yeah.
And then we were. I think we got to finish flushing out the Skaven. Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
we
were
do have to
talking
flush out
about
more
going
Skavens.
to the repository or the mining section next. I believe we settled on mining.
No, I'm almost positive we settled on trying to get rid of the Skaven.
No, we're going. No,
infestation
no.
first.
We're going to the armory to try to get our companions, our guards.
Oh,
that's right.
Yes,
That's right. We
yes.
did say that.
Yeah.
That is correct.
I would have had my notes, but I fucking deleted like a fucking gonk. So thank you, Des, for that one.
No problem.
I just didn't put that at the end of my session 2 notes, apparently.
Nah, you're fine.
It's okay. I drink and I know things.
Hell yeah.
I drink and I know things.
Des, you're not a
Okay.
midget.
I am for Samoan.
He can once we learn
I am also
spell that
small
makes him
for a
small.
Samoan. I'm only 320 pounds.
Only.
Small man.
That's pretty small, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty tiny. Little baby man.
So
Oh yeah. Cool.
Only the small.
You guys
yeah,
wake
I
up
think
in what you deem to be the morning, as it is still, the system in here after getting all the lights on and whatnot. Food's being prepared. You guys don't really have to worry about any of that. The camp seems to be well set up. Nothing happened in the night, so nothing to worry about on that end.
All right, so we're gonna.
all right. Were
hit
there
the
any
armory,
spots?
see if we can grab some gear for some of these lads. Yeah.
Sounds like the best idea if we're going to be going around. If we're going to be going around exploring this area, I mean, we need to make sure that they're ready.
No, I agree.
We also
Making
might
sure
find
that-
some magical artifacts down there.
Also very
Appease
true.
some of the other members of the group.
We don't know what else is down here, so it's good to be prepared.
Then, shall we?
We shall?
I believe we shall.
Oh shit, I did not mean to zoom out that far.
So you guys do make your way down to the armory. The hallway to the armory is a lot shorter than you would anticipate. From what you all can tell, they probably designed it this way so that way it would be closest to the entrance, and they wouldn't have to really worry about logistics when it comes to that. But it's still very much a similar scene to what you guys have seen everywhere else. Bodies are, these skeletons, ancient sets of armor are just, covering the floor. And when you guys eventually make it to this large, very plain metal door, you notice that it is closed.
Okay.
All right.
trap.
So, is there any? Is there a lever nearby that we could use to open it, or does it seem magically closed?
You don't see any levers. But if you would like, anybody would like to roll perception or investigation, you may do so.
I will go ahead and roll perception.
I didn't see shit.
I'll investigate. I will investigate for it.
My eyes
Hey,
don't work
apparently I
together.
didn't either, because I just rolled a 10.
Like I said, real dice will fuck you too.
While they're
13.
looking around, I'm just gonna push on the door. I'm just gonna push on the door, Connor, to make sure that it's locked.
I'm blind.
It is indeed locked. You'll find that you push on it. It does give a little bit, but it doesn't want to open.
Okay.
So
Had to make sure.
13, 12, 13, 10. Yeah, you're not able to see anything. Did
I'll roll.
Conrad or
Yeah.
Arian want to roll
Yeah,
anything?
I'll roll.
Yeah,
Hold
I'll
on.
Looks like
Are there any traps?
Only a 13 for me too.
There's a door here.
door, and it is indeed
It's locked. Locked door. Keyhole.
Hey, fat 11.
It's like,
That's
no,
what
it's mahogany. You can tell from the green of the wood and the dark amber coloring. It's
You have to look around. You can't just ask the door to open. It doesn't seem to be sentient.
Listen,
Oh,
I'm gonna roll to see if there's any traps.
That was a good chance.
What do you want me to roll?
Could have been a sentient goal.
Roll perception or
Do it.
investigation this time.
Okay. Well, we did a little better. It's a 14.
Still not seeing anything. You don't. It doesn't look like there's any traps. I mean, with the amount of bodies that are here, like you could assume that they've been set off, prior.
Is it a pull door?
18 to intimidate the door to open.
I pray that it's actually a pull door and not a push door.
Yeah. So you know what, Conrad, you yell at this door to open, and nothing happens.
Mm.
However, everybody else,
That's
you're kind of like,
bullshit.
oh shit.
Open!
You're like, oh my god. All right. Fine.
Oh.
Connor,
okay.
I didn't. Me and Sanguinet didn't see any of the those magic-y crystals that we use to light the main hall, do we?
So you, with the perception rolls and investigation rolls you guys currently have, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
You're not entirely sure if it's going to be a part of the same system, or if it could be somewhere else. It could just be something that you might not see the first time.
Can I just
What's
open the
your character's
door?
name?
My character is Namindi.
Namindi. Namindi, you don't have a lockpick on you, do you? Like maybe some kind of
I do.
Yeah, no, give that a go. If it's a door that's locked, it gave a little bit,
Sure.
which means that it's not locked in any kind of arcane fashion. If we've got some way of possibly picking it or seeing what kind of mechanism is actually driving the door, probably go from there.
I gotta figure out where to find this on D&D Beyond. Not gonna lie.
So you
gonna
currently don't
be-
have these tools, but I would say
Oh.
the caravan definitely does have some. So
Oh.
you would probably be able to take a set from the caravan.
I was gonna say it says it on the thing over here.
You're
Thieves tools.
proficient.
That's
proficient, but
this would not
proficiency.
mean you have it.
necessarily have.
Okay,
Because it is indeed an item.
there. So we just grab it from the caravan then. All right, bet.
But
Alright.
yeah, you're able to see that there is indeed a lock here. And I'll say, with that 14 investigation, like you see there is a lock here. However, the design of this lock is very intricate. It almost reminds you of clockwork in a manner, like a lot of fine mechanisms and gears, cogs that appeared to have moved at one point in time. But obviously they aren't right now.
Easy. Easy money.
Before he does that, I'm gonna give him guidance.
All right.
And I give the help action with intimidation.
And I will give him a rousing huzzah for if he succeeds.
All right, boys, we go.
You're gonna add
I'm gonna stand in the
a.
back with I'm gonna stand in the back with Sanguinet and bet him 2 gold that he gets the door open.
You're gonna roll a d4 and add it to your ability. Once you get that done.
Yes. So that would be Dex, right?
So it's going to be D20 plus your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a 12 on the die. Let's see. Dex +4. So that's already up to 16. And then my proficiency
18
bonus.
for proficiency, and then roll a D4 as well.
D4 is
You're
a
gonna need,
3.
and you got it. The DC was indeed 20 to get this door open.
Let's
So
go.
2 plus that gets it.
God damn.
And while you're kind of fiddling around, you notice that the pins are actually in the circular position. The key that was made for this was incredibly well designed. Just kind of showing the pure skill that dwarves had when it came to any kind of mechanisms and even tinkering as well as forges. But you are able to open it. You hear this large chunk as it, the seal basically breaks around it, and you can open the door if you wish.
Like I said, easy.
Leon's gonna look at him and go like, huh, I'm surprised you did that.
I'm
I knew you had it.
Of course he could do it. He's an Mindy. Look at those hands. He's so capable.
I will pay you actual real money to never say that again.
What do you mean, Warforged? He's a monk. He fights with his hands.
Capable. Oh god.
Why would you pay? Why would you pay me to not talk about how he fights? I don't understand. I don't know. You're a
Leon
Warforged.
just
Man in armor.
you don't know that. Leon just
Yeah,
kind
I
of
know that, my
walks
man in armor.
forward.
All right, so I'm gonna make my way in. I'm gonna drag my character in here. I'm inside
I'll follow
now.
behind him.
This that is not the armory, by the way.
Oh,
The
shit.
door does indeed open, and you don't really need to worry about showing that. It's just kind of show where you guys are going. Just that little visual representation until I change it. But you guys are able to open the door. It's this very heavy iron door. Once you obviously get it unlocked, it's able to swing with this loud screech, as obviously these hinges are not very well maintained. And inside, you notice, this large armory. You see, obviously, this had been well used at one point, but there's still a decent amount of weapons and armor with this fine coat of dust on it. It hasn't really been, set out in the elements at all, so everything looks to be in working order.
Do we see any Skaven markings or anything like that they tunneled into this area?
Roll perception.
I will also do that. Actually, I'm just gonna give him the help action for this one, since we both roll it.
All right, so I'll roll with advantage. There's a 22.
Massive 22 to start. Wonderful.
Let's go.
So you're looking around, and you do notice that there are some claw marks here, but you don't see any tunneling. From what you can tell, all of these scratch marks are either on or near the door, and it would appear that at one point, there's still some bodies in here that whoever was in here got locked in here.
All right. Do we see any? Some unfortunate souls got trapped in here, but luckily doesn't seem to be any Skaven burrows.
Any shinies?
Yeah, any shinies in here? Anything that I
I'm
can
with
pick up?
you on that. Any shiny? Woo!
You notice there's a bunch of this kind of mundane armor and weapons. However, I will say you do all notice that there are indeed some good bits, as it were. This armory was much more than simple weaponry and armor. There's kind of the section towards the back that you notice has some other items to it as well. So I will say what you all find, and I will allow you guys to kind of divvy it out as you see fit. Some of these things obviously are meant for particular people. Other things are meant to be kind of oh, you want this? Okay, then I'll take this. But you all find things that will fit either at least one of you or multiple of you. You find a set of splint mail, a set of studded leather, a pair of boots of elven kind, a cloak of displacement, a pearl of power. Wait, displacement? No, not displacement. Protection. Oh
Okay.
God, no. That's wrong. That's
You know,
so wrong.
you know, that's fair. That's fair. I'm
That's
not gonna lie. I was
Fair
ready
and
to
balanced,
pick
fair
him
and
up.
balanced, fair and balanced.
I can tell you
Like,
exactly what
ooh,
happened. I
ooh.
was just like, oh, what items should I put? I'll type in cloak. I was like, oh, cloak of protection, and I remember, oh, cloak of displacement is like right beneath that. So no, it's a cloak of protection, a pearl of power, an amulet of the devout, a longbow +1, a greatsword +1.
Hmm.
That went so fast. I'll let you
would
know what I
like
have
the
and what I
cloak of
don't.
Protection very much, please.
I'm gonna.
Or the
I'm,
boots. Boots of
I'm gonna.
what?
There's boots of elven kind.
Elven
Oh, word.
Keeper
Nail.
secrets. You were amazing.
Yeah,
nail.
you should take
So-
those. You should take those, Namindi.
boots, absolutely.
Yeah.
What
Anyone wear
exactly?
light armor as well for the studded leather, because that's
No.
fire.
I mean, I do wear light armor.
You should take that then. If you're
What
not wearing
exactly
armor.
does the amulet of the devout do?
You should take that. It's for you.
Oh, cool. Well, the question still
Said it was,
stands.
studded leather.
Yeah, add it to your inventory.
Your read it.
spells better.
Yeah, add it to your
So-
inventory and then read it, bro.
Oh, that's right. I don't know why I'm like my brain would
You're
to be
fine.
smooth.
Yeah.
So I will take the studded leather.
inventory
May,
on power grass.
may I also take the bow, or do I have to pick one or the other? Picking one or the other, I take the bow.
I think you can take both. Genuinely.
I would greatly. I mean, if anyone else wants the armor or the bow, I'm okay with not taking two.
I don't think anyone else
I
benefits
wonder
from
who.
light armor.
I mean, I know that. I mean, I know what my fighting style is, but I will yield the floor. You said it was a longbow +1.
Yes.
Boots.
I'm assuming nobody has any objections to me grabbing that greatsword.
No.
Go for it, brother.
Nah.
How long do I have to wait to attune this amulet?
So the way that I allowed, you can either spend an hour to attune to it, or you can attempt to attune with it via an action, which will basically just be, I'm going to say basically just a wisdom check for you. It's whatever your spellcasting modifier is if you have one. Otherwise, you'll just, it's kind of an action, or an arcana check, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
Oh,
Said it was
It's only a 10 plus. It's
Never
basically
mind.
a death save. No, it's a
I
so
did it.
like you're able to do it.
Bubba, question: where did we land on the mastery stuff? Are you
Uh,
allowing me to know?
I haven't quite decided that yet.
Okay.
I'm
Heard.
thinking
Okay,
it might be
well-
some trial and error there.
I got a natural 20 for a +5 for the wisdom, so
Yeah, you're able to attune to this perfectly fine. You feel that your divine, righteousness, almost this power that you have, is able to intertwine with it quite well.
nice.
But yeah, in terms of that stuff, I think it might be some trial and error with the mastery, as well as like putting some stuff in from the 5.5 edition. I'm gonna do a little bit extra research on it and try and figure that out, because like I said, it might be like, well, okay, this session we'll test out mastery for at least one character, and then we'll try it for other characters. Like,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's cool. I just wanted to double check.
Has anyone claimed the Pearl of Power? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Arion has.
Perfect.
I think the only thing still open was the studded leather, right? Or did you take that?
No, I don't think you can. I don't think.
You don't
Monk-
need the armor.
Yeah, monks have
Monks have
unarmored
unarmored
defense. Monks don't need armor.
Yeah.
No,
you don't
I know
need it.
that. I'm saying I thought that was the only thing left, or did you?
I was
Yeah, well,
graciously gifted.
I think that's the only thing left.
The splint is
Oh.
splint is heavy.
Hold
Yes.
on. Let me
Well,
check.
actually, this one might be.
Is it medium?
No, splint is heavy.
Oh, word. Is it just regular splint?
Just regular splint and regular studded leather.
Word. I will snag that splint mail unless you want it, my friend.
Who's that to? I'm God.
Sorry. Freaking
You want my armor?
Leon.
Yeah, I'll take that. Is it gonna be? Is it gonna be better than my chainmail?
Well, I mean, I would say, don't you have a shield, Leon?
I do. I have a mace
So
and a
what
shield.
is your AC right now?
19.
Yeah, I should take that. Mine's
This,
16.
this one's not changing it then.
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Because at the end of our next long rest, I can make that a +1 splint for you. Because I don't think I can stack Blessing of the Forge on top of an already +1 weapon. At least I don't think so. It doesn't say I can.
I think it has to be a quote-unquote mundane item. So a non-magical one, if I'm not mistaken.
Non-magical.
Word.
Yep,
I will
non-magical.
snag that splint.
Cool.
Yeah,
sounds
mine's
like
a
everything, right?
non-magical version, so yeah.
Which is fine with me. That would be broken as all hell.
Yes, I will make your +3 longsword into a +4.
Not a +4, it's a +3 +1. There's a difference.
Ooh.
Go and smite God, you fledgling little fighter.
I can't smite God. I have a bow. Smite is for melee attacks.
Skill
accurate?
issue.
Or did I just pull that out of my ass?
No, that's true. You can't smite with ranged attacks, but regardless, I hate that so much. Eugene Troutman will not make an appearance in this campaign. Or will he?
If you think he's not already in this world,
What
you are a
what-
fool.
What about Chadicus Maximus? Does he make an appearance?
Chadicus
of course
Maximus is a hero of old.
Okay.
Yes.
Eugene
This-
Troutman
this
whose
is
kingdom do you
Eugene
think
Troutman
this
the other
is?
side.
Chadimus Maximus.
Eugene Troutman beats Chadimus Maximus all 10 times out of 10 all day.
So since we divvied up the
An anime
loot, can
powers
for flavor, can I like inspect all the armor and weapons and just to make sure like they're still good despite the fact they've been like sealed in a room, just due to my nature?
Go ahead and roll me some investigation here. And you know what? I'll say that the DC will be lower since you're very familiar with weapons and armor.
Cool. I can re-roll that because that's a 1. Wait, am I allowed to re-roll this because it's a 1?
No, I said the DC would be lower.
Or the DC would be lower. Cool. So that would be a 6.
Sorry, the very subtle cool. So I really like that.
I don't know why I thought I could re-roll those ones.
Yep, that's armor.
Yeah, no, it's armor.
And you know what?
I
To
mean-
you, it looks serviceable.
BRB,
Yeah.
guys.
Native armor.
I'll just say with passing glance, I'm just looking at it and like just giving like the roughest, like, you know, making sure that all like the hinges, the leather straps, making sure it's just all good. There's no obvious cracks, use of wear and tear. And it's like, it's good enough.
From what you can see, yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Obviously, you know, it's still it's dark in here. Like, there's not the kind of lighting in here that there is outside.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just difficult for you to see, even like, you know, with torches struck and whatnot. But yeah, the armory is still relatively pristine. You know, you feel like, you know, people might be able to use this.
All right, we should go out. Look serviceable, eh? We should probably
Hey!
We should probably go arm some of these other guards and put some weapons in the hands of those who aren't necessarily militarily trained, so they can defend themselves easier.
Yes. I don't know what happened, but agreed.
Mindy
is there
just kind of like
is-
looked into the void.
Alright, is there like a barrel or something like there that we could just bring some out with us?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, probably. I don't see why there
Yeah.
wouldn't be, you know, like, you could probably pick up a rack or something.
Yeah.
And you know, take them with us. It's not that far away from, you know, the camp.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
People can come, you know, get it themselves if they need to, or like you could bring some out and be like, all right, if you don't find anything you want here, you can go back there and get it yourself.
Word. Cool. All right. I think we go let them know.
Alright,
So
let's
cool.
go.
You guys make your way out of the armory, back into the camp. You know, some people would notice, like, oh, well, you guys have some new stuff, looking fancy, looking good. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to our glorious benefactor.
Wonderful. Rain will look at you like, "Hey, son, how do you do?"
Hey. A little better
Follow
than we were
behind him,
doing
pulling
earlier.
apart.
we found an armory with usable weapons to put into the hands of everyone, just in case anything was lost in our retreat. Spares of the like.
Well, to be perfectly honest, we didn't pack quite as many spares. The guards all keep track of their own weapons, nothing to worry about on that end. And to be honest, I know some of these more civilian types aren't necessarily the best when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, but something's better than nothing for them, I suppose.
Better they be ready to fight if they have to.
Well,
And lambs to the slaughter.
but it would appear that you all found some kind of skaven, yes? At least that's what I heard.
Ah, yes. Over towards the, it was the Basel, right?
Bizarre.
Bazaar? Sorry.
Bizarre.
In the Bazaar. Basalt? Yep, fucking basalt.
In the
basalt biome.
basalt.
In the,
Play too
in
much
the,
Minecraft, brother.
in the basalt biomes, we found these bastards. Yes, in the bazaar, we found a massive skaven, bigger than I've ever seen. Surrounded by some others, we cleared out a good amount of them, but there were plenty still.
What? Did you actually find their home?
No, not yet.
Ah,
We were injured from the fight. We thought it'd be best after a long day like we had to regroup and go back later.
now that is problematic. I know it's a little bit of a distance from here, but the fact that we're so close to one of their undercities has me a little concerned.
Understandably.
I will also say one of our jobs here is, if we can, deal with any ancient or future enemies of the state, if that makes sense.
Leon has like a mental flashback of a different age, of a different lifetime for his zone of truth.
I think I pick up your meaning. We'll check out a little bit more of the area around here, check the mines and see if there's anything useful, maybe some blast powder left behind.
Always usable. We still have some, however I fear that we may need some of it to blast ourselves out.
If the Skaven have an undercity here, they have to have another way in and out. Especially because the door and the bodies towards the entrance weren't really moved.
Well, you see, my main issue with that is that it's either we have to go through the Undercity or around it, and I don't think we have the time nor the resources to go around.
Well, the only route is through.
Got two fists in a dream.
I will say we should always take a look around the actual stronghold a bit more. We've been trying to keep the entry hall clear for the most part. It's been relatively quiet. We've been choosing not to send out any patrols, just having your lot, well, search for us, as it were.
I would put some more around the bazaar for now. Additionals that you can spare further down, just in case the worst is to happen and they have to flood in. You have a bulwark for us to return and help.
All right. You see, as you say that, he looks over towards Varric, snaps his finger, gives a whistle, and points towards the bazaar. You see Varric and a couple of other guards, start bringing some makeshift barricades, and he'll have a couple of extra guards stationed there.
All right. We'll go check the mines, see what's going on in the town hall towards the bottom, and then the fun begins.
Well, if you should need any services from us, you simply let us know. I know Avinia's been having quite a bit of fun having, some free reign in here, taking lots of sketchings and drawings and such.
We have a couple of people that would probably be happy to do that for you.
Well, I pay
Better
her
than
to
I.
do it. I pay you a lot to make sure you kill the things around here, and you may or may not set off any traps that may or may not have been set off before.
So guinea pigs you have us as.
No, not guinea pigs. More like,
He's gonna flash a sly grin when I say that.
You know what? We'll call you test. I don't know, something better than a guinea pig, I guess. I can't really come up with a good analogy like that, but you know what? If you want to be a guinea pig, you can be a guinea pig. For one thing, I'm going to be a hamster.
Well, you're hairy enough for it, I'll say that.
This
As
Vanguard.
OJ too.
as he goes, all right, to the mines.
All right. Well, you lot be safe. Don't get into too much trouble if you can help it.
I feel like the trouble's gonna find
Trouble
us
always
eventually.
finds us, yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I'm
Alright, let's go
going
check
to
out
walk
the
up
mines.
to him and just briefly ask a question. Uh, any of your traveling compatriots or any of these civilians would happen to have a schematics for gunpowder or explosions of the like?
Sorry,
At least
say
the
that again?
recipe.
My headset cut out.
Would any of your compatriots, be it any of the other warriors or any of these civilians, might have a alchemist's recipe for gunpowder? I've been known to dabble in the alchemic arts. I could probably fashion more explosions if I had the components in the recipe for gunpowder.
Well, the main issue is finding the components for that. You'll actually have to find the proper, minerals in order to make that. We have a set amount here, and we've got plenty of other igniting materials as well as storage for it. But the main issue is going to be finding the actual, what gives it that special spark.
Well, Leon will like click his heel down, like on the floor. Like, I think I might be able to find exactly what I need down there. I've got a eye for all of that.
Hopefully, you got two of them.
Leon gives him like a gentle jab, like both of them work. At least the right one 95% of the time, and like just kind of like jests off and like walks off. Follows Conrad.
Well, that was an interaction. But well, good luck to you.
I love him so much. I really do.
But yeah, so a couple of you are walking off towards the mines. Sanguinet, Arian, Hyde. What are the three of you fixing to do?
Going with the group, of course.
Beautiful. I'll say as you guys are, kind of walking past, Corbray would kind of look at Arian for a moment and be like, Arian, may I speak with you for a moment?
Sure thing, my lord. What is on your mind today?
He'll kind of drag you off to a corner for a second. I would like to apologize. I have seen that you and your group have done invaluable work here, not only for the caravan, but for, well, all of our peoples as a whole. And it is truly appreciated and noticed. And I should say, us being countrymen, should you find anything that could help our cause, be sure to send it my way if you would. Would make sure your contribution is...
How hard is he gritting his teeth right now?
You can save your apologies, Lord Corliss. Again, us being countrymen and all, obviously we have some biases to work through, but I'll be sure to keep an eye out.
Would be much appreciated.
And I'll give him like where you kind of like squint your eyes and smile. I'll give him one of those.
You see, it doesn't look as pained when he does that, but he'll give you something similar.
Okay, great.
Best of luck to you and your group, then.
Yes, enjoy holding down the fort while we're gone.
Oh, don't worry. I will.
Hey, by the way, I was
Sorry.
curious. I was thinking this over while we were working our way through the bazaars and the sewers down there. I can't help. I couldn't remember who What part of the Corbray family that you fit into? Who were your parents?
A strange question to ask.
Oh, it's a
Telling
bit
me
out
you
of the
don't even
blue.
remember?
I'm afraid I don't. You know, of course, I'm sure you know my background. My education amongst the houses was a bit diluted compared to that of some of my cousins.
An interesting one, that. But my father Jean and my mother Mariette. Believe your mother and my father were once close.
Oh, I'm insight checking that.
That's a strange detail for you
It's
to
a
remember
fairly
about your
strange
mom.
detail, but it's only going to be a 12 on the insight.
Well, on the insight, I don't even know who you were.
So I was gonna say, he pulled him away for this conversation, right? He was pulled away for this conversation.
Can I give him
He
a help
was.
action by making a funny face to
Because every part of me when he was pulled away was just thinking, I really want to stealth and try to listen to this conversation, but now I just so want to be there and just as I'd say that line to help you in, so I'm just like, that's a weird thing to remember about your mother.
With that 12 in insight, you aren't really sure what he's referring to.
Damn.
There's a lot of things that your mother has kept from you. There's
Yep.
also a lot of things that she's told you, and you're not quite sure if this has been mentioned to you before.
Okay. Later on, I'm going to see if I can recall if that's actually his parents or not.
Yeah.
We don't gotta do that right now, though. We can get back to
We'll
the show.
figure that out later. But yeah, you guys, he'll let you go, bid you adieu, and walk back and be doing some other things. And you guys are able to make your way to the mining sector.
Zah.
Neato.
Me.
Leon's almost kind of like jogging, like he's eager to get down there.
Cool. So,
Leisurely
you
walk.
guys.
Conrad's gonna call out to him and be like, "Hold on, Leon. Remember, they're scavenging around, and a mine is a great place to find a lot of them. Keep your wits about you."
Hey.
Ooh, pardon me.
Damn.
So,
Mindy, now this guy. What's up with
you
these people
guys,
running in by themselves?
you guys begin walking down this hallway, and you notice that a lot of the fighting seemed to literally die off here. You notice that there aren't as many bodies this way. And eventually you guys come up to a fork in the road. There is one way that leads to the actual mining sector, which you can see appears to be a lot of mining equipment, ores and stuff. And then to the right, it has it pointing towards the guild halls.
We should check the guild halls first, see if there's any information. Written scribe about what had happened here.
Leon, despite the
Well, I
fact
think we
that
know
he...
about what happened here, but we might be able to get a layout, schematics of the mine, something like that.
Mm. I'd like to know who invaded this place. See if they might have some inquiries about other enemies they may have had here.
They said they lost this place during the Children's Rebellion. Did they not?
Mm-hmm.
And it would have
Consistent
been
with that, yeah.
would have been elves. I mean, all the elves, humans, all the species that were under their control. I mean, species is the wrong word. Arian's gonna say races there. Brandon couldn't think of a better word at the time.
Species is pretty accurate as well, yeah.
I mean, it's the question is how would they have attacked this place in this kind of terrain and strongholds such as this and actually succeeded? That's kind of where my head's at. I mean, look at this place. How do you?
I'd like to call attention to the fact that there were a fucking lot of them.
There were a whole fucking lot of them, sure. But
And the fact that this place is in as, we'll say, such as good a condition as it is for such a mighty battle.
yeah, it's like most of it was on foot. maybe.
Gives more
between-
credence to the idea that they won the war because there was a fucking lot of them. If all the battling was on foot, no magical explosions or anything of that sort that we've seen anywhere,
but
one would
that
imagine
front
it was
door-
mostly foot soldiers fighting foot soldiers.
Sure,
And
but
no matter how well defended your position, you simply can't hold out when the enemy has, and I hate to repeat myself, a fucking lot of them.
yeah, right. But there was a fucking lot of them. But that front door was intact. How would they
Indeed.
have gotten in?
A traitor inside, perhaps?
They
Maybe.
could have burrowed.
Ah, that's more of the
Unlikely,
Skaven.
considering where all of the bodies are.
Fair.
Yeah, most. There's a large garrison at the front door.
They came in through the front, for sure.
There had to
Perhaps
have
they
been.
showed up under the guise of friendlies, under a false banner. Who's to say?
Mm.
Unlikely going to find that information in the mines, though. I think it's what more likely we find schematics. Or
Schematics
reports of
still good though. If we could
something down to
have
the
a
deep,
map.
or valuables that may be stored here.
I agree.
All right, let's head to the guild hall.
Alrighty. So basically the path is like, to the left, you've got the actual mines themselves, and to the right is the guild halls, which most of, anybody that has any idea of Dwarven history would think, that's pretty standard. So that way they could not only smelt any ore that they might find, but also, kind of mint any, gold or anything, appraised gems, just get things prepared here. So yeah, you guys are making way into the guild halls, and what you notice is that it opens up yet again. The hallway, from the entry hall into here, kind of narrowed down a little bit, and then opened up once more into this large, intricately designed room, which, like, looking at it, you see these pillars have these beautiful designs on them. The tops are almost like the steeples of churches, with arches, buttresses, and whatnot. And here, there's no bodies at all, which is
Oh,
strange.
Skaven must have got to the corpses here before they were gone. Or no one was in the guild hall. Ah, all manning the defenses, I guess.
Is there anything? Can I investigate around to see if there's anything else
Yeah.
that's unusual? That
Sure,
might
yeah.
That might
Yeah,
be
go
a
ahead.
clue?
I'm
Can
gonna help
I-
Sanguinet with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'd also help. I give the help action.
Only one help action. So
Oh, okay.
18. So what you notice is that with an 18 in investigation, like, it's weird that there's no bodies here. However, the really strange thing is that all of the wealth is still here. You guys look around and you see all of these chunks of ore, these uncut gems. You see coins littering all of these workshops, all of these tables. You all know for a fact that any invading force would have gone to town in this place.
Oh,
The
wait a
amount-
second. Oh, sorry, go
it's
ahead. Sorry.
untold amounts of wealth. And from what you notice is that all of the guild halls, themselves, like, there's one for, the mining guild, there's one for, the banking guilds, there's all these different guilds. All of the doors are closed and look like they have not been touched at all, ever. Like, it's difficult to say what happened here, and the fact that none of this stuff has been touched or, used is very strange to you.
I know this is a late question, but in the carnage that we've seen, the bodies, have we seen differing armor patterns? Or has it been just one set of armor on each body? Like the similar set of armor on each body?
I'll say for a majority of the dwarves that you found, it has been the same unified set. It's this very militarized dwarvish set, which the best way I can describe it is if you know what the dwarves of the Iron Hills look like from the Lord of the Rings. It's very similar armor set to that. It's this very rigid, jagged armor set with a lot of edges to it. However, on the other side, you notice that there's multiple different sets of armors for the humans. And I'll say if all of you would like to roll history to see what you can glean from these armor sets, I will tell you that.
Yes.
Yeah.
A natural 20 to get a 21.
14.
22.
22, 16, 20. Okay, cool. So I'll say Namindi and Arian, you two are looking at all of this stuff and you're like, this is beyond your purview. Neither of you have really been used to this kind of history, and it's very jarring to you. It's difficult to tell. Like, obviously you can tell they're different, but you aren't sure where each of them are from. Conrad and Sanguinet, the two of you realize that these are different factions, it seems. You notice while the dwarves are all unified, there are humans, a couple of elves, halflings, orcs, Goliaths. There's a lot of variance on the other side, which makes sense, since this was the Children's Rebellion or the War of the Elders. Depending on where you hail from is kind of what it's called. So you guys are, this follows with what would have happened. Hyde and Leon, the two of you notice that what appears to have happened here was a convergence of every force that was fighting on the side of the children at the time. And a lot of history is still kind of muddled there, so it's difficult to tell, what sources are true and what are not. However, you are seeing it with your own eyes. And you can tell that there are humans not only from the land known as Taranth now, but also men from the Fell Peaks. You see a couple of elves, which shouldn't have been fighting, at least on this side, which is very strange to you all. And the orcs and the Goliaths are a lot more rugged, a lot more ragged. They were seen, kind of as workhorses back in the day. And it's a little jarring. These are things that you guys would have noticed, at least in the areas you have searched so far. And yeah, so let's see, anything else? But yeah, so the guild halls are surprisingly untouched, with a lot of the wealth still there.
So a decent number of races that shouldn't have been fighting with the children in the children's war
So
are fighting with them.
One of the things you definitely know is that it was thought that the humans, the humans that were under the banner of Sigmar Hammerhand and the humans that were under the Mage King Draken never met, especially in battle. They were both seen as hired by the other to fight their own wars, and the fact that you see that they are both here rewrites a lot of things. And Hyde, especially to you, the fact that there are elves here almost feels
Weird.
damning in a way.
Yeah.
You were always taught, you were always told that your people, the elves, always stood with the dwarves during this. You two were close allies, and you would never have done such a thing as this. But it appears that is not the case, at least from what you have seen.
I will take just kind of write down exactly what I'm seeing in a little notebook. And just take note of it. But it's not something that totally interests me, but it's something that's like, okay, like, this is weird, and I just kind of like keep moving on.
Yeah,
I'm
I-
grabbing all like these gems, like tiny gems, gold
So
stuffing.
you're able
Hold on,
to-
lad.
Yeah, you can grab these. However, I will say you would have to go get them graded and cut, which
Oh yeah.
would cost
yeah.
quite a bit of money. And you also know that economically speaking, a lot of this stuff should be saved for, the people that it technically belongs to. This is technically dwarven property. However, there's no way to tell what is meant to be theirs.
As he goes to grab it, I'd be like, "You clearly have never heard about a dwarvish grudge, have ya? Put it down. It's not worth it."
Leon just
The
kind of
Mindy
like
looks at you confused.
Leon hears that and kind of turns around like, "Hey, those grudges last well after you're dead to your children's children's grandchildren. Leave it be. We getting paid enough as it is." I would like to roll an investigation to try to find like schematics of Braswell Doom.
Sure.
As
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
going
I'm
Yeah, I'll
absolutely
also
giving him the
do
help action because I was going to be looking for those too.
So
While y'all
I'll
are doing
say
that,
you guys are just
sorry.
kind of in the halls right now. You would have to go into a particular guild to look for this,
Hmm.
um,
Is
which
there a
the
construction
mi-
guild?
there is indeed there's the Builders Guild.
Hey, hey.
So there's
Builders
this Builders
Guild.
Guild. The Mining Guild might have some stuff. The
I was
Banking
about to
Guild could have stuff. It would be very strange. But there's like a History Guild.
Presumably someone paid for it.
There's all these different things. So like if there's a particular place you want to like check, obviously you might get better results in one than others.
I'm going to go check the mining area.
I would
We
go
hit the
check the
history guild?
construction.
I'll go to the history.
So gonna start with the Construction Guild, which I believe Sanguinet and
sorry.
Leon, the two of you wanted to go there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
I will give Sanguinet the help action.
Thank you.
Yes.
Incredible.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Just your fun reminder: the halfling has not rolled a nat one yet.
Yeah.
However, I think that's my 6th or 7th too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victim of the two crew.
The two crew.
Shout out to the two crew.
But yeah, so
Uh-huh.
the doors open. All of these doors are open, by the way. When you go to like inspect it, they were not locked even hastily or anything like that. They were closed, but are unlocked. So you're able to go inside, and especially when it comes to the Builders Guild, you notice that this room is littered with schematics. It almost looks like a madman's workshop in here. The fact that the dwarves are able to get anything done is shocking to you. And with that 10 investigation, it's hard to cipher exactly what you're looking for. You're able to find guilds for schematics for particular sectors, but not for the entirety of it. And even then, it's some of the smaller sectors. And I'll say, if you want to, like, after a couple of minutes of looking, if you want to roll investigation again, I'll allow it, just because there is quite a lot to be looked through.
Leon will. Oh yeah. In the beginning of this, Leon's kind of like, it's like Deacon Rail's freaking library. Shit scattered all over the
These
place.
schematics look like I mean, I'm not entirely sure the builders that wrote these were literate. Like this isn't a word. Like this is just not a word.
It literally just says like it's hard to tell. Like this almost looks like a kind of shorthand that isn't in Dwarvish.
It's not
what
a
would it-
dwarvish.
What would it be in?
You're not sure. This is a language that you can't quite discern.
Oh, okay.
Like
Like faded to time language or just like dead language?
both.
Oh
so
shit.
like
Okay.
this, like these were things that were, kind of meant to be kept in a different place and a slightly better place. With it being so close to the mines, a lot of the air is different around here. It feels almost humid in a way. It's not like there's mold or anything growing on them, but it is definitely faded to time, as well as the language you're seeing is either a dead dialect of Dwarvish or it's a completely different language entirely.
Would it be
But
So there's no
possible?
16
common. So wait, hold on. So is there no common words in Dwarvish that we might be able to discern what this
As
is?
a character who speaks Dwarvish and has like canonically studied ancient Dwarven texts, am I able to discern if it's an ancient dialect or a completely different language?
roll history for me. Because I'll
I
say,
have
like,
advantage since this is literally
oh,
something I have
the
studied.
DC is going to be significantly low. It's basically just don't roll on that one.
I will give him the help action just in case.
That's a 4.
There you go. That's not a nat one. And from what you can tell, this is not Dwarvish. This appears to be almost a parent language to it. Almost like, you know, how, yeah, like it's very strange. There's no written word to it. Like this language hasn't been identified to belong to someone or a people or something. And from I'll say like even though that role isn't very good, you would still know that this isn't the first time that this language has been found, especially when it's with dwarven materials. Um, and you feel if you might be able to find something either in the history guild or perhaps in the town bureaucracy that might tell you more.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go help out in the Midian History Guild then.
But with that investigation that you rolled earlier, I will say you are able to find schematics for the entirety of Brasveldum. However, you know that with the Skaven here having, messed up at least just the bazaar, there's no telling what has been changed. But this is still incredible information for you to have, so
Yeah.
you're able to tell,
Is
what.
there like down the repository where we know there's a larger Skaven presence? Is there like large sections of open space that they wouldn't have to tunnel out, and they would have been like, "Oh, this is a good nest spot."
So, from what you can tell, is that at least leading to the repository of runes, it's this long hallway that ends in one decent-sized circular room. You're looking at that, and I'll say that you don't think the Skaven would want to go there. They don't like being in a place with just one entrance, one exit. They like to have their places that they can scurry out of if they like to. So there's either they burrowed into it and built, pardon me, an entire like system out of that, or it's elsewhere.
Okay.
But let's see. Conrad, where did you say you were going?
I'm in the mines, the mining guild.
Cool. Is there
And
anything you're looking for in particular here?
So I'm looking for detailed maps of the mines, like where they go, possibly what ores we can find anywhere, blast powder reserves, stuff like that. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for info.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. In
Do
comparison to here, things are much more orderly. So it's not like trying to find a needle in a stack of hay. It's more just trying to learn the Dewey Decimal System, and without knowing what the Dewey Decimal System is.
I did roll an 18 earlier when I didn't realize that we were going in chunks. Do you want me to roll again?
Yes, please. I will ask that please don't roll anything unless I ask you to roll, just so things like that don't happen. But you got a 17 anyways, so it all works out regardless. But yeah, you are able to find the schematics for the mines, at least what appeared to be the most recent in terms of when it happened. So what you can tell is that the mines that either didn't yield any ore or didn't yield enough, they did controlled demolitions and they shut them down. So you find that there were a lot of mines here. There were almost probably 40 to 50 shafts at one point, and a lot of them ended up being closed because they were, drained or they just didn't have enough. And from what you can see, there is one that appears to catch your eye a bit more than the rest.
Mm.
This one appears to have not only iron ore as well as gold, but mithril as well.
Oh shit. Ooga ooga.
Which, if the dwarves found mithril, then they were going to keep going until they found more mithril.
Fair enough. Can I insight check to see if any of these controlled demolitions or anything like that, if this would be a good place for Skaven to be, since there's multiple outjets?
I would say I believe you're one of the people that would know Skaven fairly well. So I'm
Yes.
going to say, like, just the way you know it is that they probably wouldn't have gone into the mines.
Mm.
The mines themselves, they don't trust dwarven digging, if that makes sense. Skaven do everything they do is by hand. Meanwhile, dwarves will use, their tools. They might use constructs. They'll use blasting powder. A lot of Skaven don't trust it because you'll know that in the past when Skaven and dwarves have had their spats, dwarves would indeed make these tunnels, these mines, and Skaven would attempt to live in them, and then the dwarves would blast it and kill a whole lot of them. They were seen as an infestation at one point, not necessarily sentient, even though they are indeed sentient.
Mm. Okay. So I know that the mines are Skaven hands. Unless there was something really important down here, which there's nothing important in a mine to them.
In a mine to them? No, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there couldn't be anything else down there.
Mhm.
I mean, these are the deep darks of the world. There could be any kind of creatures or anything could be lurking in there, but you have a feeling Skaven wouldn't be one of them.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then you'll see that there is indeed a storage room that they have for blasting powder. So there would be some there as well.
Awesome. So we have some more powder. I know we have plenty, but more powder is very good. If you gotta blow a big fucking hole into a mountain, I want more powder.
So I believe it was Namindi, you were going to the History Guild,
Yes, sir.
and Sanguinet, you were going to go there after you went to the Builders Guild.
Yep.
Cool. So Namindi, you're able to get into the History Guild. What are you looking for?
I mean, we've already found schematics, but I guess it's technically what I came in here to originally find.
So you can actually, I'll have you roll investigation for me. You're looking for schematics. You don't know that anybody else has found schematics yet, or what they have
Yeah.
found schematics of. So yeah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So what you find here appears to be not necessarily plans for the future, but it appears to be plans for where Brasvel Doom started. And what was basically archived are the expansions that you currently see. And like these older designs of when the stronghold was being, constructed. However, you do notice that, at least from what you can tell, is that this originally they didn't have to build to get into the mountain. They found something in here already. You're not entirely sure what, but from what you can tell is that something towards the repository of runes appeared to create some kind of space, let's call it. They were able to dig because they started digging at one point. They made this old little minor entry hall, and then they started digging in all directions, and eventually they found a room. However, you aren't able to determine anything more than that because this is meant to be kind of a way to teach dwarves how to do designs in the future. It's like you start this way, you go this way, and these designs would be used like if they needed to repair something, or if they wanted to, make an addition the exact same way in a way that they designed something prior. So you are able to find something that piques your interest. And I would say probably at this point, Sanguinet would probably join you as you're looking into all of these things.
Okay.
Hey,
We should
we
probably
found some
take some.
schematics back over in the construction guild, but wanted to take a look around the history here. It's all everything here is written in some old language, precursor to Dwarvish. Seeing if there might be something in here that could shed some light on what it is.
As
help
you,
with translating.
oh, yeah, as you say that, I kind of point to what I found. I was like, there's something. I guess I would know it's creating space, Connor.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'll say like not everything in here is written in that precursor language. It was some of the designs that were, and you couldn't quite tell what they meant. So like everything, at least in here from what you can tell, is definitely Dwarvish. It's older Dwarvish, but it's still in essence Dwarvish. That
Okay.
precursor language, however, Sanguinet, you would notice, is definitely written in and around the room or the repository of runes. So you notice like there's some markings and stuff on these schematics, mainly around there. There's a couple of other places, but not nearly as much in terms of like density.
So basically, I'll just explain what I found to Sanguinet, and then is there anything that we should bring back for Avinia that she would be interested in that you see in here? I found a few things rather that I think she would be
Primarily
interested.
magical things, which she was interested in. Most things in here seem mundane, but anything that is important to the history of the place would probably be worth bringing along. Anything more about why we're here, and
Mm.
if they have anything about maybe what they found in the mines, if there's anything of value down there, could be useful for the expedition in general.
Indeed.
If there's
Know
any,
what we have ahead of
perhaps
us.
an archive or reliquary of magical things that they may have found or have created.
Indeed, this particular one actually points towards an expansion of their archives,
Mm-hmm.
and that will prove useful later.
Indeed. And is the expansion of the archives is that also the repository, or is there a different place on the schematics for where the archive would be?
Different place. The
Okay.
repository of runes, from what you can tell, at least with everything that you've seen, is its own thing. It's its own place. You aren't really sure what's in there. However, for everything else, it appears that you think it would probably be in the bureaucracy. It would probably be in that more administrative area, because the history side of things here is more things that were before the stronghold and during the construction of it. Meanwhile, things that happened like after the stronghold was finished and people started inhabiting it, to the point of when it fell, would probably be in the other areas.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and then let's see, Arian, what are you up to?
What am I up to?
Yeah.
Probably just kind of floating around, kind of between the groups here. I've
Shit, food's here, BRB.
been thinking because to be honest, I haven't really been thinking about what's in front of us. I've been thinking about what Lord Corliss told me.
Gotcha.
Corbray, sorry, what Lord Corbray told me.
Is there a guild for Magi's? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were done.
No,
My fault.
you're good.
So I'll say, Arian, if you want to roll history for me, to see if you might be able to discern anything, I'll let you do that.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna discern shit.
It's really hard. It's really
not
hard.
discerning shit.
It's kind of psyching you out in a way. It's really difficult for you to tell what's going on there.
Less that, and also trying to think of like okay, if he wants me to bring him stuff, to benefit us, right? The place that we'd come from. What exactly would he look for me to grab? Because he's thinking he's like yeah, I could maybe grab some of the gems. Those would be worth something eventually. But like, it's not like there's not a shortage of wealth in the Felpeak Empire. So that's kind of what he's thinking. He's trying to figure out what his game is, and he's just kind of been floating between the groups while he's been thinking about that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you'll be thinking about that. And then Conrad, in terms of a Magi guild, dwarves, when it comes to arcane abilities, yes, could they cast magic? Absolutely. However, they always would have rather used a magic in their works. Dwarven constructs are highly sought after. So you wouldn't necessarily see like for mages, but it would be more like almost the study of magic.
Okay.
Oh, we lost.
We lost.
He's back.
There he is. He returns.
Gotta take the dog for a walk. Wanted to make sure I could keep hearing.
Okay,
Mhm.
so they don't necessarily have exactly what I'm looking for.
Not entirely, but also not something that you aren't looking for, if that makes sense.
That's fair. Have we seen any magical artifacts?
Not here. No.
Not here.
The only magical items you found were the ones in the armories.
What about a storage room, like a mass storage room?
What about a finger?
But a finger? Not here. You think that like if they were to have a storeroom, like it could have been used for like grains and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It would most likely have been located in the bazaar or perhaps the civilian sector. Maybe the town hall. It's difficult to tell with what you found. Yeah.
Okay.
It depends like what kind of storeroom exactly. Like is this just general items or for anything else?
No, so I was more wondering where the storeroom for the mining equipment and things like that would be.
Oh, that would be like towards the mine, the actual mines. Like that would have
Okay.
been that would have been an offshoot prior to any of the actual shafts, in which they would have had picks, carts, all of that stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I've got nothing else then.
All right, cool. Is there anything else you guys want to look for while you're here in the guild halls?
Good here.
I'm good.
No.
So yeah, you guys are able to make your way out. Just kind of trade the information that you guys found. Yeah. Oh God, excuse me. Sorry. Fuck.
He's a
Damn.
burpy boy.
It was girthy.
Oh, sorry. Trying to drink some water, get rid of that. But yeah, so you guys, kind of leave the guild halls, realizing there's a lot of good stuff there. I will say that one of the schematics that you would have found, Sanguinet, would have been to a vault
And
in
Leon,
the guild halls.
but yeah. Oh,
And Leon.
in that case, let's try to find that.
So you would notice that it would most likely be in the banking guild. If you wanted to go check that out, because that's one of the things you're trying to get a decent idea on a lot of things. So yeah, you guys can make it that way if you would like.
There's a little twinkle in my eye upon learning about this. I immediately want to know where this vault is.
I would like to
Hey,
know
guys.
Again,
because there may be something
Namindi.
other than money in there.
As he sees that twinkle, he goes, Namindi, I don't feel like pissing off a bunch of dwarves and having them chase us through the bowels of this place by stealing
Okay.
their stuff.
In
Please
that
keep
case,
your
I'd advise
hands
you
to
stand
yourself.
watch. As we're not saying we're going to steal something. It might be something useful down there.
Hmm.
You have to keep
I
an open
wasn't-
mind about such things.
Yeah, I didn't see the twinkle in that boy's eye.
So yeah, you guys are able to make your way in there. the banking guild door is open, and you notice like it's like a bank. People would be able to go in. They would have their own, boxes that they could store whatever they needed or wanted in, with corresponding keys, locks, all of that jazz. But you notice behind the door is a massive vault door.
Um, I want to check around the door. Just looking for like I mean, obviously, it probably I'd imagine has an opening mechanism of some kind.
Yeah, I mean, it's got this massive, I guess, wheel, like one of those
Yeah, one
kind
of
of
those
doors,
things. Yeah.
like one of
Mhm.
those. And you notice that, strangely enough, there's no keyhole.
Hmm.
Okay. Can I look around for locking mechanism?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me some investigation.
Okay.
I'm gonna
We'll
give
give
him
you the
the
help
help.
action because I want to get in the door as well.
Cool. Well, it's going to be the first one.
So
16.
16. So you're looking around, and the locking mechanism is definitely tied to that door. However, from what you can tell, is that it doesn't seem to lock that way specifically. From what you can tell, the actual locking mechanisms are on the outside of the door, holding it in that way, which is interesting design to say the least.
So it's like
Um,
locked from the inside?
no. So, like, if the door is a circle, right?
Mhm.
Instead of the locking mechanism being, like just like one lock on the wall, or being in the door itself, it's these set of locking mechanisms around it, like on the door frame that go into the door.
Gotcha.
Oh, you can think of it like the snake lock in like Harry Potter, like Chamber of Secrets almost. Would that be a decent description?
I have no idea. I don't
Get
know.
a photo.
I don't know what that looks like. If that is, I'm sorry, I don't know.
No, that's fine.
um, but yeah, so I'll say there's no keys from what you can tell. Roll me Arcana.
I was actually going to ritual cast detect magic to see
Oh,
what's
that
going on.
works too. Like, I gotta see what the fuck that door is.
The snakes move in to unlock it.
I guess, kind of. Except it's on the outside going into the door, not
Mm-hmm.
in the door going to the outside. So yeah, if you want to ritual cast detect magic, you can.
Yeah.
I'll say you're able to cast this, and the door itself is not magical.
Lovely.
All of the locks
Ah,
are.
more than one lock.
Yes,
Gotcha.
there's 6 locks in total.
Jesus.
Or at least locking devices, mechanisms, spread around the door. So that's what you can see. This was obviously a well protected vault.
I know that there are 6 then. Is there any indication as to how they might be unlocked? Is like because there's obviously no keyhole or something, but since they're magical, would I be able to discern that they're like similar to arcane locks?
Yeah, you would feel that while it might not be in exactly the arcane lock, it's something definitely similar to it. If you would like to roll, perhaps I would say in Arcana or Investigation,
Okay.
you could.
I can help with Arcana.
Yeah. I have the same modifier for both, but we'll do Arcana. 30-20.
30-20. So what you can tell is that these kind of locks were very rarely used, because the way that they locked 6 individual locks. That's a lot of, like if they were keys, that'd be a lot of keys just to get into a vault. You feel like there was definitely a spell to open this. Not the knock spell, something a little bit more on the powerful side. Um, and you would probably feel like they would keep it in the banking guild somewhere.
Somewhere around. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone that's in here with me, we're looking for some kind of spell. Some kind of
Okay.
unlocking spell.
Okay.
Might be on a scroll, might be on an object, artifact of some kind. For now. Well, I mean, I still have detect magic up, so I'm gonna walk around with my
Yeah.
radius and see
So
if I can find anything.
Is that a 30 or a 60-foot radius?
I believe it's 30, but I shall check. It is 30 feet.
30
It
feet.
cannot penetrate 1 foot of stone or an inch of common metal.
Inch of common metal. Okay. So yeah, you're walking around, and I'll say, from what you can tell, there's nothing magical in this teller area, like this main little banking area. However, you would notice that there are indeed some offices upstairs. However, the stone is quite thick, and there are metal doors, so you can't see inside of them.
So I'd actually have to head up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, if everybody else would like to roll investigation down here, like if you're looking for something, you can do that. Or if you would like to do it in one of the offices upstairs, you could do that. Or if you want to look at something else entirely, just say the word. But yeah.
I'll walk up to the offices upstairs.
Are the doors locked?
So there are 4 doors upstairs on this this catwalk, platform. So one of them is open, ajar. The other 3 are closed and appear to be locked.
Oh,
Hmm.
I'll check out the open one. Mindy, see if you can get some of these other ones open.
Will do. Let me go ahead and start working on the first locked door.
And I'll detect magic. I'll at least detect magic on all of them to see if there's any magical traps or anything like that, set into them.
Not here. No, not here. Not on these doors, from what you can tell. At least on this side, or on the door itself.
Gotcha.
All right.
I'll
You
also be
walk
checking
into
out
the.
the open office.
Yeah, so Nomindi, if you want to just go ahead and roll me those 3 dexterity checks plus your proficiency bonus, go ahead and roll me those.
Mhm.
And I'll say Sanguinet. What you find in this room is that this was not like the head Hodge's room. This is not a very nice office. This appears to be some kind of middle management. Doesn't get paid terribly. It gets paid just enough, but works way too hard. And from what you can tell in here is that this was hastily evacuated in a way. This is the most disheveled room you've seen in this building thus far, and it's very plain. It's hard to tell what happened in here, why it's the only one open while the other 3 are locked. If you would like to roll an investigation looking for anything in there, or perception, you may. And then
I'll see if I can discern what happened. It's a 15.
So Matt, when you say 26 natural, was that a natural 20?
Natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I would imagine it was a natural 26.
Yeah, rolling a 26 on a d20 would be fucking impressive. But yeah, so the third door don't open. You can't quite get those, but you are able to get the third one, or the middle one, from those open quite easily. With that 15 in investigation, you will notice something. There appears to be some scribbled notes left in particular places. There's a bookshelf on the wall with some books that were oddly pristine. That was the only thing that was kind of kept normal in a way. And from what you can tell is that whoever this person was, this middle management guy, had a plan of some sort. Written down in this office, you see what appears to be plans for a heist. However, you notice that he was looking for keys, it seems.
Keys plural.
Now, yes, plural. But it doesn't seem like they were going to go for the vault. It seems like they were going to go for some of the PO boxes here. And it appears that he got the keys, after kind of searching through these notes for a while, and that the only issue was the timing of it all. Kind of remarking, oh, they shut the entrance, we can't get out. Apparently, the children are attacking, all of these things, and at one point, it looks like he was scribbling a note saying, "I'll come back. I'll find these." These were obviously notes meant to go to someone, or written from this person. These are to another person, saying that he would stash the keys somewhere. However, it's left in a you'll know where.
Gotcha.
So it's difficult to tell where exactly he's speaking, or what these keys are to. You think it could be to the PO boxes from what you've seen, but it could be something else entirely as well. So, Nimity, you're able to get one of the doors open. If you want to work on the other two, I'll say go ahead and roll again for those two.
Yes, sir. Ooh, way better. Let's go. And I rolled the same thing, so double 22s.
Let's go.
Damn. So yeah, you are able to get them all three open. And Sanguinette, you walk in. You notice the first office, in terms of your detect magic, is clean. These offices are pristine. However, the third office, like if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, left or right, the third office appears to be the most. I don't know. I guess expensive isn't necessarily the right word, but like whoever the boss man, that was his office. And you notice, especially with Detect Magic up, is that you're getting one kind of major ping on something. And it appears to be in this desk drawer, which you open it up, and inside you find a small little lockbox. This lockbox has, probably about 20 gold coins in it. However, you notice that your Detect Magic is pinging one of these gold coins, which you pick it up, kind of look on it, and you notice that, how on coins it has those, the thin edges around the sides, like the actual circular ones. There's runes etched into the sides.
Oh, very nice.
Which would have taken, quite a while to find such a thing. And, you're reading this. This is, an arcane script. You're able to determine that this would probably unlock the door. It should unlock the door, the vault door.
Alrighty. Is there anything else in the other two rooms, or are they just kind of?
The other two rooms, nothing of note. Like there, some bank statements, could be, some stuff like that, if you're interested in that, you could take, but nothing so interesting as what you found in the other two rooms.
Is there any record of interesting purchases?
Roll me investigation.
Such as, like, powerful magical items or heavy construction equipment that would be used for a specific purpose, or
yeah,
hey, I get to re-roll those.
Hey, first nat one, let's go.
Hey,
Not a double.
Run it back.
That's better.
Insane, by the way.
There's no way.
Oh.
I'm in storing them in my nat 1 pouch.
God.
Nat 1 pouch.
The dice giveth,
All right,
the dice taketh away.
That is just too good. That is so good.
Hey, you were
Fortunately,
complaining how
I'm a
you
very lucky
were
person.
rolling your ones.
I look through these, and Kenuit eats like half the documents, but then immediately throws them back up. All completely miraculously unharmed and unchewed, even though he definitely ate them.
Oh, absolutely. He chewed on him, and it smells like ferret stomach acid.
Yeah.
So it doesn't smell good, but you know what?
It actually just dissolves only the dust on them.
They were in a language you didn't understand, so he ate them and translated it, but translated into another language you didn't understand. So he did it again.
But yeah, no, you're able to find them eventually. It takes a little bit of time. This system for archiving stuff, it doesn't make sense to you, but it made sense to this person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like it's in like fucking.
Exactly.
They're
Like
using the inverse Dewey Decimal System to sort
exactly. It makes zero sense to anybody but that person. But you are able to find it, and this bank would keep track of some notable purchases. Things that especially exceeded a certain amount of gold. These would be things like houses, perhaps dowries, stuff like that. from what you can tell, is that there appears to be a fairly consistent string of purchases that appear to be for services. These services marked
Sexual in nature.
no appear to be services from the honor guard that were stationed here, which you find rather strange. You know, one of the honor guard would have been, and it's,
Just pay the honor guard to do things.
well, not really. The honor guard get paid by, the king themselves. However, these payments were from somebody at the bank paying for the honor guard, which is weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
That's what I mean.
What'd you say?
Does it just say services or?
It says services, which you look at, a couple of these other papers, and they go more specifically into, what kind of services. So just like, yes, I paid the smith, to sharpen one of my tools, or, I paid, the carpenter to help me with my house, stuff like
He
that.
said
This
insufficient
one,
descriptions of purchase.
yes,
Pay a lot of
which is quite strange. And you notice that it does give a location for where these quote unquote purchases were. And the most recent one you can find says that the purchase, or one of the purchases, appeared to be in the mines. Another one of the purchases appears to be somewhere in the civilian sector, and the last one appears to be, oh, excuse me, somewhere in the armory. Which means somebody paid for the honor guard to do something there. And I'll say what you did notice is that there was one body in the armory that had much finer armor than the rest.
Ooh.
I think they locked the. I don't know.
Bank
The
might have put a hit out
chief
on
of the.
someone.
Do you think it was perhaps this guy who was going to pull off the heist?
Possibly. It seems the letters
cut
are
the
being
head
sent to
off the
someone.
snake,
There could
if you
be
will?
2 co-conspirators. Very interesting. Might be worth swinging back by the armory and investigating the body a bit more.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Aye.
But also, I did find a key coin that I believe will unlock the vault door.
Ooh.
Wonderful.
Did we open that first or check the body?
Well, we're here after all.
Then our little kleptomaniac.
So, you are, able to go downstairs, obviously, and you hold up this coin to the center of the door. And what you notice is that it has this kind of thrumming to it, like it's soft vibration that gets louder and heavier, and it almost like starts to shake your hand as it's getting closer to the door. But you're able to hold it, and you notice that the wheel starts turning if you turn the coin. And it appears to be whatever the locking mechanism is, kind of holding everything inside, is tied directly to the coin. In which you're able to turn it, the wheel turns, and you hear all of these locking mechanisms disengage, because the entire door turns, unlocking it. And you notice that it's telekinetically, or not telekinetically, well, I guess telekinetically is technically the right word, hovering above the ground after all of the locks are disengaged. And you guys are able to open this vault. This vault was immaculately sealed. There are vast amounts of gold, copper, and silver. And as well as you all see that there are indeed what appears to be sets of scrolls set up along the walls.
Scrolls in arcane script or scrolls as in
A bit of both. Some of these appear to be, like these were deeds to houses. These were trade agreements. Stuff like that. Stuff that you would want to keep in at a third party location to be kept safe, as well as there's actual paperwork of dwarven grudges being settled, that would be kept in the bank, to be used at the proper time for a dwarven family, but there are indeed arcane scrolls here as well. And I will say that this vault contains scrolls of spells up to 4th level. So I'll say you can choose probably 5 scrolls of whatever 4th level spell you want, and you could take that to write down for later. For anybody that needs to learn their spells like that, that's how that works. So you have that and can do that with as you need it. In terms of gold, silver, and copper, what needs to happen here is
Do a scratch in your.
scratch in your what?
There you go.
The dog
One of
was
the royal
scratching
guards.
the door. The dog was trying to get in.
So what needs to happen here is you guys can't carry all of this out. At the same time, these coins need to be basically recirculated, reminted, because these things are so incredibly out of date. You guys can all take, I'm going to say probably as a collective, I'm going to be rather generous here and take 1,000 gold pieces worth of materials that will be smelt, that you can basically trade in to a bank when you get back to whatever, wherever you may go next, and there will be a small fee, but you guys will get money out of that. And I'll just say, like, if you all want to, if one of you just wants to keep track of that, you can just like be like, hey, we still have this, but it'll be like kind of distributed amongst you all, just because on the one hand, I'm not going to turn on encumbrance. On the other hand, I'm not going to let you guys walk out with this much gold and whatnot.
Wow, DM wants us to be poor. That's cringe.
Yep. Hey, be lucky I'm
I'm
not
making note
implementing
of it right
taxes.
now. So we opened the vault. We took about 1,000.
Man, this is supposed to
gold
be a
pieces worth.
fantasy world, man. Why we got taxes?
I'm still immune to them.
You should text your players.
Yeah, Gary Gygax is a bitch. He can suck my dick from hell.
I was about to say, I'm not paying taxes for shit. I'll kill someone.
But yeah, you guys are able
Nah,
to
Gary Guy tax.
get quite a bit of gold, and you also realize that you don't want to take too much because the dwarves are going to take this as well and kind of recirculate it. So just it's a safe amount for you guys to take without, one, getting in trouble, and two, without making this overly difficult one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Namindi's filling his pockets right now.
I just see him frantically filling his pockets, and I'll just walk over to Namindi and just like, oh lord, Namindi, you can have half of my share if you stop filling your pockets with useless coin and extra metal for the moment. Would that make you happy?
He just looks up and says, "Shake on it."
Of course, yeah. And I reach out my hand and I shake, and I just shake. It's like, you may have half of my take from this lot when we're done here.
Deal. He just drops everything in his hands and just clatters to the floor.
Large clattering all over the ground. So yeah, I'll say, I believe this only really applies to you, Shane. If you want to tell me like what scrolls of 4th level spells you're going to take, you can take up to 5.
Lovely.
Because Brandon, you just learned spells innately, which is
I get to describe them.
Yeah. So that works. And you guys have successfully gotten just about everything you would need in the guild halls. There's still the mines themselves, which you guys could go take a look at, or if you wanted, you could go back to the armory and take a look at that.
I think we
one
should
more
take a
small
look at the
question
mines
before we
down here.
leave.
Let's go to the armory. and see what we can find.
Yeah. I did have one more small question before we leave the vault. Would it be a stretch if I knocked down the level of the scroll, but I also got to nab 1? Would that be a stretch?
Message me what spell you're thinking of taking, and we'll see what we can work out.
Yeah, I will get back to you on that because now I have to comprise the entire list of scrollable 3rd level spells.
Because that was more meant for somebody to be able to just have spells available to them when other people.
That's why
don't
I
have to worry. But
I am
I'll-
stating that this is a very large stretch.
Oh yeah, I'll figure that out, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll figure that out. I promise. But yeah, so I'm sorry. I heard a lot of you say one thing and a lot of you say the other thing. So how many did we have say go to the armory or back to the armory?
Sanguinet will be heading that way as well. I'm
I would
checking
also
the
go
list
for
of
the
spells right
armory.
now. But yes.
3. So Conrad, and Arian, the 3 of you want to go to the mines?
Mines
Yeah, I
because
want to go to the mines.
Yeah, Leon.
I was
Leon wants to
thinking
go to
mines
the
because we're here, but this is definitely not a place where.
Mines
Yeah,
could be a place where Skaven are nesting.
Yeah. So
Which is
if
why I
it
think we
if
should
it
clear
buys
out the
time-
mines first. Because we can come back afterwards and then go back to the armory and check there.
We could do something really stupid here and split the party.
No.
No.
That is
We could.
not an
No.
option.
Why not? Why do you guys never split the party?
I think
it's-
I want to discover the conspiracy.
Same.
I'm also
Also
very
looking at what's
interested in
happening.
popping the conspiracy to see if that elf bullshit has been, if I can get any more on that.
Yeah, I guess Arion will lean armory here.
Yeah,
we could
no problem.
sort the conspiracy.
Because I'll say like Conrad and Leon, if the 2 of you like kind of want to like just like probe the mine, not clear it out entirely, just like start inspecting it, you guys can do that, and that wouldn't really be an issue. And we could kind of go back and forth on that. So we'll start with the armory crew. So the 4 of you are heading back. You pass by the camp and everything. No real issue there. They aren't really taking much note other than the fact it's just like, okay, who's coming down the hall? Oh, it's these guys. Okay, you're cool. Come on through. And you make your way back into the armory where you've just been. And you notice that towards the back of the room, this honor guard, this highly detailed, intricate armor that he's wearing, is obviously dead, has been for quite a while. And you notice that he is clutching something in his hand. Like his hand is in a fist, but you can see that like it's in a way that there's something in it.
What's he got in his hand?
So you open up his hand, rigor mortis. Well, it's not even rigor mortis at any point. It's just like crack of bones, and inside it is a key. Written or not written, but wrapped around it is a small scroll note. And from what you can tell after reading this note, is that it says, "Meet us at the repository before they come in."
Oh hell!
Or they come in, eh?
Before
Interesting.
they come in.
That be who they ended up fighting?
Certainly seems that way. It also seems they knew they were coming in. Or it could be referring to a different they, but given the
Yeah.
circumstances surrounding.
It could also be whoever they were attempting the heist with. Whether that was a small team or anything else.
Perhaps, but I don't know. That running theory of this children's army would have had to have been let in here.
Mm.
Right, they didn't break down the door. As far as we can tell, they didn't, dig their way in or anything like that. So I don't know. I feel like this leans to that, but I am no archaeologist. I am no historian. Question is, would be why? Be the question I'm asking right now. What would they have to gain? But I mean, the repository is a good clue, good place to go next.
Yes, after we explore the mines, come back and hit the repository.
And I'll say, like, upon inspecting this key, you'll notice that it's a key. However, on the actual like shaft of the key, there's two protrusions coming out on either side that would be leading up in a V shape. And from what you can tell, this is just one part of what could be considered like a massive key.
Interesting.
And the fact that this key was needed to enter the repository, you feel like you would probably need the other keys, perhaps, for something. However, Conrad and Leon, I'll have the two of you roll perception for me, or investigation, whichever one you choose, to see what you guys can find while you're in the mines. My armory crews or anything else you're looking for, I want to do while you're in here or around here.
You want to do a share perception, Des?
What's your perception modifier? Genuine question.
+5.
Yeah, shared perception. I'll give you that action.
Oh, damn. Oh, that's a 2. I can roll that, thank God. Oh, that's a 4. That's not any better. That's a 9 total.
These are mines.
That's with advantage?
That was with advantage. I rolled a 2, then I rolled a 4.
Those are indeed mines. There's a.
But didn't you say you could
mines.
re-roll 2s?
No, because of advantage, he could roll again.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mines are looking, fine. You see, a lot of these collapsed shafts, and towards the end is where you see like these more open ones. The ones that are actually open you can go into. However, it looks like they were planning to collapse some of these, and there's really only one towards the very end that appears to have some stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
I would still have that map with me of like where we're heading.
Yeah,
I'd be able to parcel through and just figure out which one has the materials that we want.
Which would be basically the last one at the hall, or at the end of at the end of the hall is kind of what you're looking for. Everything else either has been depleted or collapsed, or on the verge of it.
Can I hit an investigations check to see if if there's a large amount of Skaven or otherwise, like a presence here?
Sure.
I will give him the help action.
Cool. I'll roll again. That was better. Oh, I don't know why I rolled twice. I didn't even click the goddamn. I clicked the dice. I clicked away.
Yeah, it does that. It's annoying.
So yeah, with that 17, you don't really see anything that points to Skaven. However, I will say you do see some other markings that appear to be some other kind of creature. Not Skaven, though. Larger.
Oh.
We about to fight spiders.
Could I survival check to see if I could parcel out what it is? Or what about it could be?
Survival or nature. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, my survival is better. So I'm going to survival check that and see if I can parcel out what it is.
Do you want...
Not bad. 21.
The spacings between these markings, these scratches, especially the way that they're traveling, probably is going to be some kind of insect to a degree.
I'm calling spiders.
What you find?
Oh, we've got markings down here. Something's down. It's not Skaven, though, but... best way to put it is a big fucking bug is down here. Probably a few of them.
Well, those comes with the territory of the mines. Skaven, fucking foul little shits that they are. They're somewhat expected, but these
It
are
makes sense why we haven't seen any bodies.
yeah. It's been feeding well.
And the Skaven probably know to stay away from here. Whatever's down here is probably big and fucking ugly.
Leon just kind of looks at Conrad and just kind of like takes his finger and points back to the tunnel. Should we go tell the others?
He's a little surprised at pointing, but yeah, we should go back, get the rest of the guys.
It was for comedic effect. Like let's go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, let's go. I'm sure as hell not gonna fight this thing by myself. I wanna do that.
No.
I've got you as a meat shield.
Leon puts a hand on his shoulders. What do you mean by that?
Nothing, lad. Let's go. What do you mean by that? Let's go get the others, lad.
Nothing left.
Armory crews, is there anything else you guys wanted to do in this
I've-
general area?
Got everything I wanted. Or we're one step closer to figuring out this mystery.
So cool. You guys, end up making your way back. Eventually, you guys kind of meet in the halls and are able to, see each other on your way backsies.
Mm-hmm. What'd you guys find in the armory?
E.
Found one of the honor guard. Had a note and a key.
Any idea what it's to?
An interesting lock. An interesting key.
All we know is it would be somewhere near the repository.
Potentially. But yeah, probably.
Makes sense. We've got some cave markings in there. They're not Skaven. Seems to be a large insect of some sort. Probably why the Skaven are staying away.
Oh, do we explore deeper in?
I think we
Do you
should
have a-
take out the. I think we should take out the threat that, and then we can move to the repository afterwards.
You cut out. What'd you say?
I said I think we should take on the threat that we can see.
Which would be the Skaven.
What's it called?
The
In
big
the
insect.
mines. Yeah, I'd want to take
Yeah,
out
the
the
Skaven.
insect in the mines.
Oh,
No,
that
that's not
first.
Skaven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm down to do both that and see if we can find anything else in this mine.
We'll do more than find something.
It'll kill something.
Plus having a bastion for us to fall back to that we know that we can fight through. Be smart, we can rig it up as a final stand area. Just in case the Skaven come knocking. I'm not gonna be too happy we've got them. We have moved in, per se.
I like having my back secure for sure.
So yeah, you guys going through the rest of the mines? Yes, that's what I heard.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yes.
So
Alright, cool.
you guys are indeed going down through these mines. And those of you, that weren't already there for whatever reason, you guys start walking on through and noticing, man, at one point these mines were bustling. They were absolutely filled to the brim, and it was actually kind of busy. You imagine a much different life as you guys are walking down this way. And what you notice is that are indeed these scratch markings, kind of everywhere, all along the ground, some coming up the wall, onto the ceiling, and you guys eventually make your way into these mines. the rail carts, and everything kind of just echoing throughout these halls. Eventually, you make your way into what appears to be a fairly decent-sized mine shaft. You notice that the minecart stops, so that way people could actually like throw this in and whatnot. And you guys make your way through into a scene that looks a wee bit like this. From what you can see, you can't see into any of these offshoots. It's just one of the issues that I have with the dynamic lighting.
No
I'm
worries.
still trying to figure it out. So like you can see that there are indeed these places that you guys can go into eventually, but you won't be seeing what's actually in them. So yeah, everybody can see. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Cool. Biggest concern, believe. Cool. I think I just set that there, but that's fine.
Can
Obviously,
move any
it's dark
number,
in here.
or-
Not any number. So I'll say you guys basically are starting to move inwards, and eventually you're going down this slope. I'll say if everybody wants to move up to their walking speed forward, you may do so now.
Okay.
And if everybody will roll a perception check for me.
Yes, sir. Your wish is
Sure.
my command.
God damn.
Oh, that is
It's gonna
beautiful.
be kind of backing up Sanguinet here, I think.
Much obliged.
I think that's gonna be the play here.
Don't tell me what you see.
Des, that was persuasion, not perception.
Oh, sorry.
I persuade the darkness to go away.
If only that were.
Go away.
Darkness, go away. Darkness bad.
I don't know. I don't like.
17,
Oh.
9, 12, 24, 22, 10. So
Bit
I'll
dark in
say really only Namindi
I can't
and
see in the
Hyde.
dark.
Yeah, Namindi and Hyde, you two really only start to see this, just because these elven eyes, they're used to seeing some of the finer details in life.
You see
Yes.
special eyes.
You notice that there is indeed a higher concentration of spider webs leading towards the back, mainly. You notice that all this mining equipment, some of these carts, wheelbarrows, oars, and stuff, obviously have not been touched intentionally. And you guys see that there are indeed still some rather rich veins of ore in a couple of different places. However, you notice that towards the back are where the majority of these spider webs appear to be.
Careful, there are spider webs ahead. Excuse me.
Entire webs. Right. Well, you'll probably keep an eye out for whatever spawned them.
Yeah. Cool. So you guys trying to do this kind of sneakily or just
Oh,
going
I got some boots of sneak. Let's go. We going sneaky.
I'll try to be sneaky. Just a little bit.
But this might be a crazy question. Can I tell how recently that web was spun? Or not from the system?
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
I mean, spider webs are spider webs, and
That's fair.
spider webs and cobwebs are. It's hard to tell.
That's fair.
But yeah, are you guys trying to be sneaky about this, or just kind of ready for and fight?
I'm gonna be sneaky.
I'm going to
I'm gonna
hold.
try to sneak. I fucking suck
Yeah.
at it though, so.
I mean, I'm gonna
So if
hold.
you want to be kind of stealthy about this, go ahead and roll me some stealth. If you aren't planning on moving forward to, not mess that up for
Yeah.
whatever reason, stay where you are.
I can't see in the dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold a
so-
guiding
I'm
bolt.
not a stealthy boy. I'll be staying here.
Yeah,
So-
same.
Arian and Sanguinet, I'll say the two of you can move forward your walking speed without any issues.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Namindi, you can also do so. Well, Namindi, you also get. Yeah, I'll say you get advantage, so you can roll again. Because of your
Oh,
boots
thank
of
you.
kind, assuming you put them on.
Yes, I have them on the thing.
Is it too late to try to join the stealth crew? It occurs to me that I'm one of the only like 2 to 3 people that can see.
No, you can. 23. Yeah. So, the 4 of you can move forward with your walking speed, without any problems. As far as you can tell, nothing seems to stir, from everything. If you would like to move forward your walking speed again, just roll another stealth roll, unless you're trying to do something else.
I'll wait to see what everyone else wants to do. Try moving again.
I can't see anything, so
Yeah.
It's
I'm
currently
just kinda, I'm
clear
gonna be
from what
just
I
kind of
can
as
see.
we're going. I'm gonna be kind of letting you know what I
There's
can
like a
see.
little camp.
Yeah, pointing out this little camp in front of us. But lots of little
Sanguinet, are you putting a torch on? I'm assuming
popping
so.
outs.
probably, yeah. Provided that doesn't, impact stealth.
There's a little
It will to a
recess
degree,
over
but
here.
from what you can see, not from what you can tell, not right now. So,
Yeah, I can see now.
hey, you could say,
Wow.
Connor, I'm gonna investigate this little camp up here real
Cool.
quick.
yeah, go ahead and roll
I'll
investigation on
join
that.
you with that.
I get
I'm
some
sticking.
help.
Spellcasters got to stick together.
Hell yeah.
I'll give you help on investigating.
It didn't help that
Me-
much. Woohoo!
Me and Conrad are just vibing.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was gonna say as they start clearing stuff, I'll be inching forward, but not
I'm
really
still
doing
gonna-
much.
I'm still gonna have you roll stealth if you're planning on moving forward.
Gotcha. Okay, fuck me, I
This
guess.
way. So I made the
Word.
roll. I'll
If
move.
you're trying to be stealthy, if you're not trying to be stealthy about it, just go on.
No, I'm not gonna fuck the rest of the group like that.
Yeah, nothing is a
Well.
bigger fuck you than like not being stealthy and then activating something.
Advantage +1.
Yeah, +2 for me.
Hell yeah, gang.
I did roll a 12 on stealth, moving down this way.
Gotcha.
So
So as you're kind of walking forward, you are trying to take your time and everything. I'll say with that investigation check first though, Arian, it's a camp.
It's a camp. Yeah, I figured.
There doesn't appear to be anything really
Arian.
special.
That's been the story of my check so far tonight
Use a
is
bedroll.
it's a camp.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I rolled a 3 and then I rolled a 19 on that. It was
So I'll say,
Damn.
yeah. So Hyde, you're walking down, and you're trying to be super sneaky about this. However, in your sneakiness, you end up kind of
I step on a web, don't I?
tripping on some rocks, and that indeed knocks over some webs. And I'll say, Matt, move back.
Oh, yep.
Patience, young
wow.
squire. Patience.
Boom.
You hear what appears to be the sound of some chittering coming from a little bit further into the mine. I'll say Arian Sanguinet, the two of you, as well as Namindi, are kind of hear this reaction after hearing the small. It wasn't even that bad. It was just this place was so dead silent and just not moving that any small vibration is not good.
Reverbed.
Exactly, and it was just kind of echoing off the walls, and you guys hear some chittering. And I will say you have enough reaction time to do one action, as it were. If you guys would like, because whatever is down here has not. You can't see it yet.
Oh joy.
I'm gonna run to my spellcasters.
My economy is going to be very reliant on if you allowed the spell scroll that I sent you.
You know what? I'll say that you can cast Firebolt once.
I am also.
I'll say
going to
something like that. Like
I
probably.
don't get flame arrows.
Patience, young squire. Patience. So yeah. So Conrad, I saw you moved up. Leon, you moved up. Sanguinet, Arian, Namindi, what are the three of you doing? Hyde, you as well.
I think I imagine me and Sanguinet are gonna kind of hold position here.
Yeah.
Can I get on top of like this, or is this just like a pillar?
That's that rocky kind of pillar going upwards. So you're like
Okay.
hugging the edge of it right now.
Gotcha. And I will continue to hug the edge of it, but towards the group.
We'll take
Well,
like
you should back up. We draw it down. We draw it in. Attack it when it rounds the
And-
corner.
Boom.
That's definitely something that I can help with. And I'm gonna cast Control Flames.
Ooh.
Using Wraith's Torch. I'm gonna
I
make
can make
this
it
like
there actually.
this vague image of like a dragon's head. Kind of in the flames, and I'm gonna put that just kind of like right in front of us here. Like on the other side. It occupies a 5-foot cube, so I'm probably gonna put it just like right here.
Gotcha. So about there.
And for those who can't see, for right there, that area is now gonna be bright light.
Okay.
Around that.
Is it
around
20
that
feet of
cube.
bright light or 40 feet?
I think it doesn't exactly say. It just says you can double or halve the area of bright light and
Double.
dim light
Cool.
cast by the flame. Change its color or both.
So I'm just doubling the effects of a torch. So there's now 40 feet of bright light and 40 feet of low light. And I'll say, upon that like extra burst of light, you're able to see just what is hiding in here. And you notice that from all of these different corners of these different areas, you notice that there are indeed some creepy crawlies that are going to start coming out and about. And I'm going to have all of you roll initiative. What's going to happen here is that you guys are basically going to get whatever held action you were planning on doing. If you had one held, is what you can do, and then it'll be start of the start of the turn order as planned.
Sounds good.
All right.
One day I'll roll a
God
good
damn it!
One day.
Actually, I'm
Have a plus
gonna do
5.
initiative through this. Ignore what I rolled. I'm gonna.
Click on your token before you do it, so that it adds
Yeah.
you to the order.
Oh, sorry, I didn't click on my
your
token.
and
Yeah, that's
then-
why I wanted to do it. I wanted to get my token.
My
off
bad.
that. I don't know why it's doing this, dude. I
Bubba,
clicked
do I have a
once.
higher
It's
dex
because
modifier
your,
than the
your
spider?
mouse is sticking, dog. That's literally the
Jesus
only way this is what's
Christ.
happening.
Sorry.
So many rolls.
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go down the line and ask you what each of your initiative order is.
Jeez.
And you're going to tell me what it is. Hyde, what is your initiative?
8.
8. Cool. What's your dex score again?
20.
20. Okay.
If the spider still beats me, I'm gonna cry.
Whoa.
Cool.
Fast
Aw.
creature be upon you.
Conrad, what are you?
I am a 20, dirty 20.
Filthy of 20s. Arian, what's yours?
7.
7.
Seven,
Sanguinet,
brother.
what you got?
9.
9. Namindi, what you got?
Technically an 18.
First one.
Yeah.
18? Okay.
Yep.
Leon, what you got?
16.
Sanguinet's. Nope, you're twice. Why are you twice? Why are you.
The Sanguinet is just that badass.
Sanguinet rolled his initiative once. That's why Sanguinet is on there once. You can tell by the chat log and how I have one roll.
That's weird.
Compared to mine, which is like 5.
Yeah, I added myself to the initiative order. If you added a turn for me, that's gonna be why.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, because beyond 20.
Oh, I know, but
Browser extension.
is that and you are there. Cool. So we're just gonna go in technical turn order, but turn order has technically not started. So Conrad, what is your held action going to be? If somebody could throw on some battle music, that would be great.
My held action is I was going to, what's it called? I want to get in front So I already used my movement to get here. So would I have to dash to move?
Y'all say if you want to take the dash action as like your held action, you could move your movement speed again.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna get in front of my magic cat. Hold on, let me measure it. 25. I'm gonna get in front of my magic casters and be the bulwark.
Is that a flying spider?
And
Yeah.
just prep for an ass whooping, basically.
Namindi, what is your held action going to be?
My held action. I didn't have one before we started this, so I guess technically I don't have one.
Okay, cool. Leon, held action if you got one.
I was holding a guiding bolt.
Cool. So if you are in range and can see, tell me which one you're targeting.
Oh Jesus! Oh, they're over here. Okay. I was looking in the wrong direction. That's 120 feet. Oh, cool. I can see the middle one, so I'm gonna go ahead and fire on the middle one.
Okay. All right, go ahead, roll the hit on that guy.
19 plus 6. 25. Let me double check my math. Yeah, 25.
Yep, 25 hits. Roll some damage.
He's gonna take 4 points of damage.
How much?
4.
Oh,
You rolled 4
Yeah.
ones.
No, 1. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I looked at fucking mace for some reason. So that's 2, 5, 6.
This is why GG Dice superior.
Four ones is
I was
insanity.
gonna say that.
And then it rolls for you.
Oh, you're good. 14.
GG Dice
Thank you.
superior.
Thank you for catching that. I looked at mace for some odd fucking reason. He will be taking 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Okay, as you throw this bolt of divine light at him, you notice that these things are not used to bright light. They're not happy about this. And he is going to face tank that. This one right here, yes, has taken 14. All right.
Health bars in the beta, I wonder?
Are there?
For creatures? I don't know. I feel like I saw that. Maybe not. I'm tripping. Keep going.
That is a
Take
foundry
one.
feature. I don't know if it's
Maybe that's where I saw that.
That looked pretty sick,
Alrighty,
though.
so that was pretty good hit. Thwack, Sanguinette, what are you gonna do?
I am going to ice knife the one that just got guiding bolted.
Oh, by all means. All right.
In a location that it also hits the one above, because
Yeah, you're able to do that.
Lovely. Oh, 19 to hit because advantage.
Cool. So yeah, the 19 will hit that one. How much damage in total for the impacts and everything?
7 piercing and then 6 cold.
7 piercing, 6 cold.
Oh,
Cool.
that's
So this ice dive is yeeted and absolutely shreds it. This spider, the one that Leon hit and the one that you impacted, is looking very, very, very hurt. And the one above you said takes 3 cold damage?
6.
6. And he will take
13 total to the first one, 6 to this other one.
Cool. So you're able to do that. And hide. What is your held action going to be?
Bad guy.
Shoot bad guy. Shoot bad guy.
Shoot at the bad guy.
I assume I'm going to see the multiple large bursts of lighted magic and then just shoot my arrow in the same general direction.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're able to see from where you are.
Yeah, that's a 14.
14 will hit. So go ahead. I'm assuming you're going after the one that's already been targeted.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and roll some damage.
8 damage.
Ooh, 8 damage. Basically, you loose this arrow, and it finds it directly in the center of all 8 eyes. This thing gasps as the last breath leaves its body. And now we will start an initiative proper. So Conrad, you are up first, with Namindi on deck.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take a cheeky little cross. Nah. Let me see how far they are. Oh, crap. Yeah. I'm going to take a couple steps forward. I'm going to get to about here. And I am going to crossbow shoot this one, hand crossbow.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead and throw a shot.
Fire! Oh, hell yeah. That's a
Meaty
7.
7. A 7 will miss.
As
This crossbow bolt, like it's still like your eyes are still adjusting, from pitch black to this brightness that Arian was able to do. And your crossbow bolt goes wide.
Gotcha. So yeah, that's it.
Cool. Naminda, you're up with Leon on deck.
I'll move here. And I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on this guy.
Okay, cool. I believe there's a dex save. What is the DC for that?
Let us see. 14.
That is a natural 20. So he will be perfectly fine from that.
That's it.
And cool. Leon, you are up with Sanguinet on deck.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and fire another guiding bolt. I'll fire it at. Let's see. How much is this? 120 feet. Cool. We'll fire at this one right here.
That one? Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Oof, that's missing. That was a 4 plus 6.
So 10, that will miss. Your guiding bolt, you falling it at this guy, and it goes wide. You actually end up hitting Conrad's crossbow bolt that got stuck on the wall. It was kind of impressive, actually. But yeah. So, anything else? Movement or anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and move. Let's see. Move right there.
There we go. Cool. Alrighty. Sanguinet, you are up with Hyde on deck.
Lovely. I'm going to move behind my towering friend here. I'm going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip on that guy.
Cool.
Intelligence saving throw of a DC of 15.
But it's so smart.
I'm sure
it is so absolutely. It's not. It's super stupid. So yeah, go ahead and roll damage on that. It rolled a 4 on the die. So that's a massive. That's a
psychic
13?
damage to it.
13.
And it can only take an action, bonus action, or movement. Cannot do.
Wonderful. Okay, as you have this massive psychic whip lash out from you. It kind of reels back in pain. It looks very much confused. And okay, it will do that when the turn arises. Anything else?
Nope.
Hyde, you are up with the spiders on deck.
I shoot at a bad guy.
You shoot at a bad guy. Which one?
Bada bing, bada boom.
This'n.
Cool. All right, go ahead and roll the hit.
13.
13 will just barely miss.
Okay, so AC is 14.
As the spider is able to very quickly but barely dodge out of the way, even though it has no idea what it's doing.
Doing the spider disco.
Second small question. If I wanted to light a small fire next to me, would that how would I go? How much interaction would that take doing?
To light a fire?
Yeah, like tinderbox torch on the ground next to me. Try to light. I'm thinking about maybe trying to heat arrows in it if you'd allow it. If not,
I would say that would probably cost an action, unless you went to the control flame like in front of you and tried to do it that way.
Ooh, that's actually a good point.
Which I would still say, that's probably going to be an action because you're trying to to do this.
So it'd be an action to light the arrows.
Yeah, I would say so. But then, like, you could light probably like 3 at once, and then subsequent turns you could fire them.
Not a bad trade.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna do that.
Cool. All right.
30 feet of movement will get me right. Oh my god!
Into the void.
Gentlemen, I found the speedrun strat. I've clipped into the wall.
Cool. And you were set up for next round, so the spiders are up. This spider is simply going to move. Nope, not there.
Oh shit.
There we go.
But no bite.
Nope. Nothing else, and it's just gonna kind of look there, salivating at Conrad.
Works for me. Job.
It's gonna move there, and this one.
Oh, I've never wanted to roll. I've never wanted to roll snake eyes on D8s more in my life than I am about to on this next turn.
Cool. So I'm gonna say that the one on the bottom is going to shoot its web at Conrad. So if you can roll a Dex saving throw for me, Conrad.
Dex saving throw. Bow. So 22.
22. You are A-okay. Nothing to worry about there. You see that it's kind of lining up the shot. It shoots its web at you, and you're able to dodge out of the way. The other one I'm going to say is going to go at Leon. If you would roll a Dex saving throw for me.
That would be 14.
14, that is also a save, so you're able to basically just kind of move out of the way and keep Sanguine out of the line of fire, as that will be the end of these turns. Arian, you're up before we're at the top of the round again.
I mean, we have to try it, right? Like, we can't just not try it. Chaos Bolt at level 2 on the one in the middle, that is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay,
great. Come on, show me those ones.
Come on, D8s. Come on, D8s. Fuck. Let's do thunder damage.
Thunder.
Let's go.
Well, pick pick 15 thunder damage onto that guy. Okay, is all this thunderous sound resonating around him. You can see it just almost giving it a headache in a way. Yeah, anything else?
That will be it.
Cool. Conrad, you are up with Namindi on deck.
All right. I'm going to swing on this boy in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
The one directly to my left.
Wow.
I genuinely clicked it once and I pulled away. Why did it roll twice?
25 hits.
What's really crazy is that it did it twice. You got the exact same roll.
True.
So
cool.
I'm going to throw a...
This one's already taken 19 damage.
Oh, yes? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'll just do a regular swing then. I don't get it.
Yep, big 12 damage. How do you cut that one down?
Oh, word. So cut him down. The one to my left is gone, and then I'm going to use my to come here.
All right.
And then I'm going to just wave at my bonus action. Wish he was useful, and then going to just chill here.
Yep, all down. All right, Namindi, you are up with Leon on deck.
All right, I move over here, and we gotta do some punching. And for this one, it is. Ouch. 2.
2 plus.
Plus the 6, I believe. So still an 8.
That will miss. But like whatever you like, roll the hit, and especially when it gets to later levels, tell me what the total number is, because even though you roll low, it might hit. Or if you're going up against a lesser being creature, like you still might hit. But yeah, an 8 will miss in this regard.
Gotcha. Well, we're gonna do it again.
Whack.
This one
Whack him.
is way better with a 15.
15 will hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
All right, I will spend a key point here to make it necrotic.
Ooh.
I think that becomes extra because I get the 1d6 plus 4, and then I get the necrotic.
Goddamn, big 15 damage onto that guy. Okay, yeah, as you just kind of whack into him, this necrotic energy washing over him. He does indeed look a little bit hurt by that.
Sweet, that's my turn.
Cool. Leon, you are up with Sanguinette on deck.
I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the spider we've been attacking.
Cool. I believe that's Wisdom save, right?
Yes. Wait, let me double check. Yes, he needs to pass 14.
He fails as a 5 on the dice. Go ahead and roll some damage.
1d12. Oh, that's not 12. Where's my 12 at? Okay, let's do this. Oh, why does it say 1d8? That's weird.
No, you're gonna roll d12s because the creature you're targeting has taken damage. So it'll just be a d12 at this point.
Okay. Is this one? Where's my 12 at? Oh, there. Oh! Oh no, that's terrible. He's taking 1 point of damage. Damn, that sucks.
Damage is damage, I guess.
Yeah, that's terrible.
As these, these ominous bell strikes, bell tolls ringing around him, it doesn't seem terribly unfazed by it, but you definitely do hurt it.
Yippee.
Spiders can't
I'm still going to do my movement. I am going to park myself right here. And that will end my turn.
Alrighty, Sanguinette, you're up with Hyde on deck.
I'm gonna throw a magic missile at the hurt guy.
That hurt
Taking
guy.
all the hits.
Kidoki has taken 16 damage thus far.
That's another 15.
Oh Jesus Christ! How do you gun that one down?
Fucking just fucking cut it off at the knees. Spider knees.
Yeah, you got it. Now, is this the front 4 legs, or is it all on one side, like the left or right side?
All on one leg.
Oh,
Oh god, just one leg.
Oh,
No
God.
bending.
It's the pain.
It's got a bunch of spider knees.
It
them all
does. Literally, spider legs are just knees. All of it's a knee.
True.
And it perishes squealing, screeching. So cool. We have Hyde up with the last spider on deck.
I'm 100% gonna just light my arrows on fire.
Your arrows are indeed now on fire. I'll say you have 3 fire arrows that you can use for the rest of this.
Rest this combat? Okay. I'm debating action surging, but yeah, no, I got another plan for these. Alright, continue.
Alrighty, the spider is up, and it's going to probably just take an attack against Leon. Creature comes up to it, of course, wants to take a little bitey poo.
The bite.
21 to hit as a 16 on the die.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Alrighty, you're just going to take a little bet.
Okay.
So you're going to take yeah, just a little snacky poo. You're going to take 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
Hold on. And since you are resistant to poison, you only take 4 poison damage.
Yay.
So a total of 12 damage there. And that will be the end of its turn. Aaron, you're up with Conrad on deck. Quandon.
I am gonna. We're gonna firebolt that motherfucker. I think.
Bolt.
Oh, we go firebolt. Actually,
I can feel
Firebolt.
Chaos Bolt calling to you like the Green Goblin mask.
no, we'll firebolt, but we're gonna quicken spell to cast 2 of them.
All right, go ahead and roll 2 to hits then for a firebolt.
Be a 14 and a 15.
Both of those will hit. Roll some damage.
God damn.
Damn.
Yeah,
He ran into my. He ran into my issue.
These 2 motes of fire being flung at it. You scorch some skin. Carapace?
Arian, its knees weren't weak enough.
I think I can fix that.
Oh no, go for the knees.
It's amazing, and it's about to have 8 legs but 0 kneecaps.
That's so bad. I'm so sorry. Anything else, buddy?
Nope. That's it. Gonna go kill
Just,
myself
just
now.
bouncing off of the shining kneecaps.
Throwing
Come on,
firebolts
you're
like tracers
on
into the
deck.
darkness. Like, what am I doing?
I'm gonna swing and we'll see here. Again, I'm not even on. I don't care. Who cares? That was a 16, first one.
A 16 will hit.
I need to get a new mouse, I guess, because this is getting frustrating. I'm gonna throw a divine.
All right, go ahead and roll me some damage.
I shall roll. And then we're gonna throw that on there. Going to roll.
Sheesh.
5, so pick 19 damage. As you swing into it, I'll say you do cut off one of its knees, and it obviously does not like that, but is still standing, looking very much bloody, or almost mortal at this point.
I think its knees may be weak enough to rip off the other ones.
So Nimidi, you're up with Leon on deck.
All right. I'll move in. I'll punch. That doesn't hit.
And 8 will indeed miss.
Unfortunate.
We do it again.
Once more.
Whoa.
I'll bountiful luck that.
Alright, cool. So you can roll again, Matt.
There it is.
21 will hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
And damage.
How do you beat it down?
So I grab it by its jaws and just start punching repeatedly until its brains turn to mush.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Its mandibles are trying to grab at you, but it slowly just starts stopping, trying to claw at you, and eventually it does indeed perish. Which leaves you guys in the mines by yourselves. No big issues there. They didn't even get a hit off on any of you guys. That's...
Yeah, they did.
No,
save
they,
me.
no,
Oh, they
no,
did
we
on
got-
one.
we got
On
one.
one.
Yeah.
I'm really sad. I was hoping those webs would work. But
Fine.
nonetheless, you guys are in the mines. They appear to be clear from at least what you can see in this vein. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of webs, how many can I see from my current position?
There's quite a few around here.
Like, large groupings.
It's kind of like everywhere. So I'll
Alright,
say, like if you're trying to burn it out, you could use all 3 of those arrows and get all of the webs.
that is 100% what I was trying to do.
Like you have a feeling it would spread fast enough as to where you'd definitely be able to do that.
Yeah, so I'm 100% burning all these
I'll
bitches
grab
down.
some new music real quick.
I got him out.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn a second level healing word on myself. I really should have grabbed potion.
Well, hold on. Don't burn the second level healing word. I've got you.
Okay.
I've got lay on hand pools. How much did you take?
I'm at 15 out of 27 total.
15 out of 27 total. That's 12 damage. Okay, I'll heal you for.
I'm assuming you said 12
Dragon.
because you cut out.
with lay on hands.
The
Yeah,
dragon
thank
bestows
you.
gifts side. Hopefully you use them well.
Rah, rah, rah.
Rah, rah.
So are
I
we
am the
just moving our
monster,
base
rar, rar,
movement speed
rar.
again?
No, you don't have to worry about that. I'll say you guys can probably search the mines at your own leisure. If there's anything you're looking for in particular.
Not really. You're just kind of
Um,
looking around.
I'm looking for any more spider
Um,
nests, just looking to get them out of the way.
So I'll say where Namindi is. That's probably going to be where like you see these egg sacs and such.
Is it like a? I can't fully see. Is it like a straight line from about right here?
What do you mean?
Let
Where
me.
I'm at?
Can I?
I'm up
If
here.
I move 30 feet this way, can I see the egg sacs? Because
I mean,
otherwise,
if
I'm
you
just
move to where that little split in the tracks is, like the first one, not too far ahead of you, like like there you can.
I'm
see
lighting
all of
3
those
more
things.
arrows and putting them down range.
Cool. So you're able to get rid of all the webs. These webs spread to any eggs that may be near them, and burns them to a crisp. It's a little smoky in there, but that's okay. Smoking is cool, kids.
I'm gonna get out of there so I can breathe.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, Mike.
Move this way.
I
check out
would
over
like to
here.
roll an investigation check on this table. See if
I'll-
there's like.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll Investi.
Natural 20. Let's go for a 21.
How many fucking natural 20s have you rolled so far?
A
So
lot,
fucking
but
many.
not in combat, which is fucking
It's-
phenomenal.
Lovely. However, I will say, with this natural 20, you are able to find something that Arian was not able to find earlier.
Fantastic.
So, as you're kind of looking underneath, around this table, the fuck? Why is there a blue dot on my map? Get rid of that. You begin to just kind of look all around it. When you notice that attached to one of the legs, there appears to be a hidden compartment.
Mm.
I would like to open said hidden compartment.
And in said hidden compartment, you find a key, looking very much similar to one that Sanguinet found on the honor guard's body earlier. And if you were to get them close enough together, you would find that they magically attach to one another.
I would like to so as I'm walking over to Sanguinet, just before I call him, the key snaps out of my hand and goes to the key that I'm assuming would be on a keychain of his person, or he's holding
So
or something, and they
it
just
doesn't
fuse together.
fly to it like
Oh,
that. It's
okay.
more like you would put them next to each other, and it would be kind of like those loud magnets, those loud ovular.
Oh,
magnets that you would
okay.
play with, and it would be obviously a further distance than that, but they would just kind of start to shake and then collide to each other, but they would do so in a perfect manner that it looks like it's just missing one more piece.
Oh, okay. Has it gained another notch?
Notch?
Another key tooth.
No, from what you
I'm
can
just
tell,
trying to
is
get.
that
I'm trying to get
the
a
keys-
mental image.
So basically, these keys, it's each key has its own set of teeth,
Okay.
which means that whatever lock this goes to has 3 locks that all need to be turned in succession at the same time.
Oh, okay. I get it now. I can picture this in my head. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are definitely able to find that, and I'll say if you guys start to look around here, you will indeed notice that there are indeed several ore veins here.
Ooh.
Do we know what kind, or is that a... God damn it, laptop? Do we know what kind, or is that a check of some persuasion?
So I'll say you guys are just kind of able to look around, especially with you having a forge cleric. You get he would know, so it's oh yeah, I know what that is.
Okay.
Being mainly iron ore, gold ore, as well as mithril.
I'm assuming mithril.
So this is the path.
Would mithril look
in
like a
the
soft
area.
glowing hue? I'm assuming.
It's almost like if think of it kind of like almost like this platinum glow. It's got this soft white hue to it that definitely shines a lot brighter, even at the lowest of lights.
Okay. And how big is this ore vein?
From what you can tell, it's a decent size. Probably at least 6 or 7 feet long. And you don't know how deep it goes. The iron ore looks to be the biggest, and the gold ore is certainly nothing to scoff at either.
Hmm.
So this is the
Right.
shaft that we found in the schematics earlier.
I
Indeed.
kind of like Leon kind of goes over and kind of looks at it, and since he has his helmet on, like no one can really gauge his facial expression, but he's kind of looking like, oh, what a mess would be rolling like a fucking child in like battlefield over these fucking gosh. By Morden's beard, this is glorious. I haven't
Keep it in
seen
your
this
pants,
much
lad.
mithril.
Keep it in your pants.
I mean, like Leon kind of like does that like hand wave, like he hears you, but he's like not paying attention. He's like so enamored by this like wall of mithril, or this ore vein of mithril.
Mm-hmm.
But does it go down?
From what you can see here, it appears to not go down unless you guys were to mine it yourselves.
Tragic.
Alright.
Trash mine.
Well, I'm not bulky like these other guys, so I'm gonna go back to this little area that I was trying to sneak into before. What do I see at this fantastic crossroad?
You would see that this is kind of where the gold ores appear to be, like in the walls and such.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the room that Nimity's in currently is where they found mithril, and then the one at the top, where it goes into that kind of weird shape, appears to be where a lot of the iron ore was found. Yes.
Gotcha. There's a soft blue glow here. Is that anything special?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Don't worry, I'll tell you.
Really, that isn't 40,000 gold pieces hidden in a small sack?
Yeah, exactly.
Labeled pro-
999.
labeled property of dead guy. Nobody doesn't want it.
It's a
I love
property of
John
gold.
Dead Guy.
But yeah, the mines appear to be clear to you all. You have not only found ores, but you appear to have found the other part of the key. There's one more to go. What all would you like to do?
Should we head back to the main hall? Report what we found here. Maybe hit the repository.
Yeah, I'm down to head up.
As well.
Say, you guys are able to make it back to the entry hall. No big issues there. Because I'll say, searching the guild halls and everything probably took you guys a while. Getting the armory and everything. So, like by your estimates, it would probably be I don't know, probably about 2 in the afternoon, give or take, with a little bit of travel time and such. So yeah, depending on what you guys wanted to do, you guys make it back to the entry hall. The sentries that are stationed are just kind of like, cool, awesome, glad to see you're back. You guys are here.
All right. I'd probably go over to Golden Thane and let him know what's in the mines and just exactly what he's got. There's a bounty here.
We picked up some stuff for Avinia earlier as well, so I'll just drop that off with her.
Well, they would look at you and be like, oh, right, this is exactly what I was hoping that you all would bring back to us. So it looks like some of the mines are still intact and still have a decent yield.
More than decent. Think he'll be well excited to see the vein of mithril there.
That is all I could ever ask for.
And I'll hand him the.
stone's still bringing life to a place long dead.
We dealt with the infestation down there. Few spiders, nothing too immense. No signs of skaven holes. More than likely, they were warding them off. And then I'll hand him the map, and point out where everything is, because I'm sure he can read it. But here you'll see marked on this map, you'll be able to find it easily. But strangely enough, The guild halls were untouched. The bounty there, it seems like they're just vanished. No snow, no looks of disturbance, no looks like they went through to plunder or anything. Gold and gems still lie where they would be.
Now, that is quite strange indeed. The fact that they technically won this battle and didn't loot any of the spoils is concerning.
What's it called? Oh my god. Freaking farting of the brains. Sanguinet, I'd probably wave you over to say, I think they were looking for something, they found something going on. I can't quite remember everything. Be able to tell you more. As he waves you over to tell him about what you found with the conspiracy and stuff like that.
Well, what is it? Hello?
Wraith? I waved you over to Golden Thane to explain what you guys had gone and found, because not something that necessarily interested
we
Conrad.
checked out a couple of the guild halls, found a couple of notes and things. Might be useful in the repository.
Oh,
All right. Well, if you find anything interesting, let us know. I hope you find whatever you're looking for in there. Oh goodness. All right. And yeah, I mean, you would be quite appreciative of you bringing all these notes and such to her.
Sweet.
Schematics are definitely useful. But yeah, anything else, you guys?
no, after that.
To the
No.
repository, I guess. Or
Lean-
did we rest first? Take a
Leon would
shorty.
make a note of like a mithril vein that he would want to go back to and like try and grab some.
All right, cool. Because I'll say we're probably going to call it here for the night, just because
Yeah.
it is getting to be close to stop time.
Mhm.
But yeah, alrighty. Wonderful. So we'll pick up here next time, gentlemen. So yeah, think about what you want to do, where you want to go, and if have any questions, comments, or concerns, just let me know.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Roger.